All right, I think I'm live. Hello, hello, Zen friends. Hump day. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hello, everybody. Sorry, I was having trouble, if you guys couldn't tell. Like, come on, activate over here. Let me just do one other quick thing here. Gotta change this filter to be everything. All right, there we go. So, hello, everybody. Surprise to some of you that I'm here on a Wednesday night. I'm actually, you probably have seen all the advertisements and everything, most of you. So, but just in case you guys haven't, I'm changing from Wednesday through Sunday, is when I'm going to be on just one session a day at 5 p.m. instead of 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So I'm on a little earlier than I normally am too. So, hello. and and I know for some people on the other side of the planet, this is going to be like late in the night or early in the wee bits of the morning. So what I do is I create the whole session in the morning when I'm doing my social media posting and all of that. So the chat is available as soon as the stream comes out. So if you want to, in this, anyone can do it. It doesn't have to be just those on the other side of the planet. But you can post your question anytime during the day and make donations. You can do Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and do that anytime. And then you can put your question either on that or in the chat. And I will honor first come, first serve because I want to stay in contact with all of my beautiful international friends all over the world. So hopefully, you guys understand doing it for my own health and balance of my life. Um, and I'm going to try to do, my long sessions each night 3, 4, 5 hours, whatever it takes, to do a lot of the free readings too, so, balance that way is better. Anyway, thank you guys so much for all your love and support. Thanks for being here. We will get into everything, but of course, before we get started, let's start by coming back to this moment by taking a big deep breath in, and holding it for as long as you feel comfortable, then a slow exhale, and we can let that future go away, the past go away, the chaos drift away, come back into this moment where unconditional love and peace, reigns and lives. So I like that. So if you want to join me, let's begin. So big, deep breath in. Here we go. Beautiful. And of course, we do have our lovely singing bowl here, which I will also, as per usual, hit it 3 times, and we can just let that love magnify, flow down into us, and expand out, filling up all of our mind and all our stories, all our heart and all our emotions, our bodies and all its cells and organs and everything into our spiritual body, our energetic body, to all our chakras and meridians and auras. Just let it fill up our entire beingness here and then out to the outside world, letting it do whatever it wants to do out there. And of course, what do we can all do? We can have gratitude, right? Gratitude is something that immediately raise our love vibration, and it's a transformer. I guess a good that's a good word. Transformer of lower vibration into higher vibration, and that's just one little thing that we're grateful for right now. Just takes it in that direction. So I love that. So as I hit it 3 times. Watch the ears. I'm not sure how loud this will be. It always varies by where I hit it. Some is very subtle, one's very loud, and who knows? So we'll see. But remember, gratitude. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me and doing that. She's singing away. All right, we'll put her down here on her little visitation table down here. So, hello, everybody. Good to see everyone on a Wednesday night. I know it's fun, right? I'm excited for what messages come through. And thank you guys again so much. I appreciate all the support and love, and glad you're on this journey along with me. If you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. We got a great group of Zen friends here with huge hearts, great senses of humor. Thank God. What a boring place it would be without a sense of humor, right? So thank you guys. So there's always room for more Zen friends. Here, it's always a safe space. We try to keep it high vibration and full of love and safety. So welcome. You're welcome anytime. If you want to know how the whole process works, it's all detailed down in the description box of the video because of my Capricorn rising. uh, maybe I'm still high from I had a endoscopy, when they do the camera down the throat yesterday. Maybe I'm still high from the stuff. Um, just a quick little story because my host, she took me and she wasn't feeling the best. I think she's like getting over some flu or something. And she was like, are you okay to go into Costco by yourself? Because I ran over into Costco and I had taken an extra pair of socks and I did a little sock puppet. And I go, I think I am. And she goes, and I was like, I think I'm okay. I was just in a really good mood. And I think that giddiness is still with me. So uh, be forewarned. I should have a little sock puppet that just comes up over here and goes, "Hello, everybody." Little entertainment on the side, you know? Anyway, but all the all the details are listed in the description box. Free readings are basically first come, first serve, 1 to 2 cards for those. And if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. Step out of the free readings and dive deeper into those. We spill the tea with Bretta Z. So we pull more cards for those. And you get a fortune cookie of some sort of oracle or other little message that comes from the spirit world just to round out your reading. And if you want to make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom or in the description box. I do have my Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, or Square. So you can do that. I don't have any set dollar amounts, whatever you give from your heart. I know you're giving what you can. And so I honor that. It's all over there. No, right? That's right. The stories. And so you can, make a donation any way you want that way. If 2.5 hours in, I have not completed any free readings, I will step away from donations for at least 30 minutes to complete as many free readings as I can, and then I'll return and always finish out donations in each session. If I have so many donations that I need to go take a break and come back, I'll even do that. But I do make sure donations get their readings completed, and I do try to complete as many free readings as I can. So after I'm done with all the donations, if I still have power within me and spirit is um, allowing me to move forward, we will. It's always fun. My pleasure. I'm so happy. It feels good to balance out instead of doing 2 big sessions on a Saturday, trying to get a walk in between and feeling rushed to go from one session to another, make sure I have time and all that. This feels more comfortable. Excuse me. So cheers, everybody. I'm gonna drink some coffee while I can clear this out. We have some snow coming tomorrow. In fact, it's kind of moving in the fronts right now. That's why I can sense it in my glands or whatever this is. Yum yum. So cheers. We do also post a pinned comment after each session, listing all the readings completed with timestamps. So if you ever come back and want to find your reading, you can just look for that pinned comment, see your name, click on that timestamp. It takes you right to where your reading is. So that's handy and fancy. I think that's the main things there. We did put out the new moon drawing. I do have a drawing every full and new moon, giving away a 30-minute personal recorded reading or a hedge of peace and love. Or one of my energetic hedges, I'm going to have more available. There it goes. So, um, if you want to get into that drawing, you can check out the video here. And then in the stream description box, I always put whatever the current giveaways are and any deals I have going on, anything like that. I'm going to be introducing some new hedges this year, like a hedge for health, a hedge for business growth, a hedge for the mind, the emotion, the body, which is the health and energy. Um, there's just gonna be a variety of them, and, so I'm excited to be able to offer those, and I'll, of course, let you guys know as they're coming out, and we'll have some special deals and some giveaways, of course. It's what I do. So we'll do that. Also, if you haven't checked out The Easier Path, my free podcast, the playlist link is in the description box of the video. We have a new one coming out tomorrow. I just finished it today. I know, procrastination, what's going on with that? But it's been busy. But I have it all done and I'm excited. This one's about being defensive, what we can do to help not be defensive and how we can make it easier for other people not to be defensive as well. That comes out early tomorrow morning. So that also will be available here real soon. All right. I think that's everything. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but uh, I don't think I am. I think I'm just excited to introduce a new tarot deck. I know there was a Black Friday deal on things. I couldn't help it. Can't help myself. I like variety. And we got the dark fantasy coming in here. It's a beautiful little deck. Really black and white and gray. Has some little colors in there every now and then, but I love that. And then for the fortune cookie, we are going to be using the Teachings of Abraham, the Well-Being cards by, of course, Esther and Jerry Hicks from the other side. Jerry Hicks is in the spirit world now, but we'll be using those. Well, of course, we have the learning cards for the when questions. So we've got all that ready to go here. All right. Let me get rid of that little. I'm not going to watch the NFL. Get the little my emails up to watch for the other donations, and I get these little spams. Crazy, isn't it? Remember the good old days when you only got junk mail through the mail? Now you get it on your cell phone and everywhere else. All right. Yes. Hey, Santa. Yeah, let's do some shout outs. We'll make sure we've got everyone on the lists here and we'll get going here on the readings. So I like it. Santa. I'm so glad you like your nickname. And hello. I got you on the list here. Yep. I think I got you on the list here. Oh, it's yeah, because it's a donation. I was looking in the free readings, but thank you for your donation. You'll be number 4 up on the donations. And we got Livia Vagata. Cheers to you. Hello. And of course, we've got June in the house. That's the sock puppets. That is funny. I have stories I could tell you about little puppets that I would do, but we'll wait on that for later. But thank you, June, for your dual donations. You'll be number 2 and number 3 on the donations. Oh, and we have AG in the house. Hello. Let me grab your reading here, get you on the list. We got Deb in the house. Yeah. She just kept singing. And we got Livier. Let me grab your free reading here. Let me insert that in there. All right. Good to see you too. Happy Wednesday. All right. And then we have Hot Sun. We've got you on the list there. Hello. And so we got those already. And we have Marissa Smith. Hey, Marissa, got your question on the free list there. And Dollface Diva. Hello, hello. Good to see you. We got User PC. Hello, got your general reading on the list too. Good to see you too. We've got Jenna. Hello. I am having a lovely year so far. Hope you are as well. Got you on the list here. We got Jojo. And you'll be up first for your reading here on the other side of the world. And we got Sarah Taylor. Hello. Happy New Year to you. I'm doing very well. Hope you are doing well. We got you on the list here. Patricia, Happy New Year and new night. That's right. Fun times. Got you on the list here too. And Minu, we have you there. And hey, and Musical Beer, we got you on here. Hello, hello. And Happy Pill, we have you listed here as well. So I think I've got everyone. Let me scroll to the bottom here. Yay. All right. Yeah, I think we are good to go. Got my coffee. I've got some blue juice, little, what do they call that? Like smoothie blue juice and some water too. So we are all set here. So we will get into it. I just love these cards. I hope you guys too. All right. So let's get into it here. Thank you guys again for being here. All right, Jojo, you are up. Here is your timestamp. Thank you so much for your donation. A little sleeping. So you are probably asleep, being over there on the other side of the world. And I know you know that you can put it any time during the day if you'd like as well. So, hey, has M coincidentally been thinking about you lately? Do you still meet up in the dream time sometimes? All right, let's take a look here. Let's give these a shuffle. See what we got going on here. So tell us here about M. Do they think about you lately? Not coincidentally. There's no coincidences, right? Let's take a look here. All right. Tell us about M, please. Thank you. Boom, 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 boom. And then do you guys meet in the ethereal for party time? Let's take a look. We got these here too. All right. Bottom of the deck. This is an interesting one, right? Four of Pentacles. Let's see if we can get this to focus in here. There it goes. Takes a little bit of time, but the Four of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, it is a solid foundation of home. We'll see what that is. What that is here, because it just feels like a solid foundation in the outside world, groundingness, really working on their worth and their sense of worth kind of energy that comes in with that too. So let's see what else they say here. Well, we do have the Ace of Swords, so that is new thought and communication. So I do feel like they do think about you, and it does feel like they think about reaching out to you with this here. Let's see what these other ones are here. Yeah, we got the Empress energy. So they do miss, of course, that um, sense of nurturing. Even the sensuality is there a little bit. But it's about even wanting to create something new. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, the Nine of Cups. We've got this energy of, wanting to be, emotionally full and full of life. And, I feel like they know that you could definitely be that, but you could be that for so many people. That's the whole thing. Like, when a five-fingered glove can meet a lot of different types of hands fulfillment, right? It can make them all warm if they have 1 finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 4 fingers, you know, um, they will all be happy with the five-fingered glove that you are. You'll keep them all warm, but you will be empty. You'll have, empty fingers, if that makes sense. And yeah, you're like, "Yeah, who wouldn't?" But the whole thing is that you deserve to be full as well. You deserve to have someone who's a match that could bring that for you too, not you feeling, "Well, I could stuff it with, like, pillow stuffing." You're like, "No, no." You deserve to have a a living, breathing fulfillment, not fake, pillow stuffing. Alright. Let's see here. Do you guys still meet in the ethereal? Yeah, the 2 of Pentacles, which does seem to be like it's more physical energy. Let's see here. We got the 7 of Swords, which is, about our own mindsets that steal opportunities from us. Um, and we've got the Moon. So I feel like only around special moon energy, excuse me, do you guys does he meet you up there? I feel like you're in the ethereal and you're much more connected to that. I feel like he's really grounded to the world. That 4 of Pentacles really is like that energy of home, of grounded to earth, like, "Oh, no, I don't meet you up there," in the ethereal. As higher selves, you guys are already up there, but as far as you as your human character going up into the ethereal and bumping into each other, I feel like just on, like, full moons I don't even feel like new moons wouldn't bring the energy. It feels like on full moons, yeah, with the howling wolf is when and that makes sense when their physical being is, in that kind of, activated energy, you know what I'm saying? That, when they're howling at the moon, their spirit opens up, and then they are like, "Well, at least I can see you there," kind of energy. Let's see what else they want you to know here. Yeah, you've got the Hierophant. It's a card of change. It's also my card of, like, stepping stone and the King of Wands, yeah. I mean, there's no wrong choice, when we're looking at people and making our choices in life, but the King of Wands is about you get to decide what it is that you want for your kingdom, not, diminishing yourself to go, "All right, I'll give everybody else what they want," kind of energy, going in there. So, oh, hey, you are here. Hello, hello. So, yeah, more stepping stone energy than anything that's designed to be long term, um, or that dream one, which I think you know that already. But, but there definitely is this, I feel like they do think about reaching out and trying to reconnect and everything, but I feel like your fairy godmother rooster blocker is keeping the roosters away. Some roosters away from you. Alright, let's see what your fortune cookie is here too. Alright, this one here. See here, you got this. Yeah, you were suddenly missing him, yeah. So it is my dominant intent to look for what I want to see. Says, as you deliberately look for things to appreciate, praise, or enjoy, you achieve vibrational harmony with your own capital S source and with all that is good. And then the powerful law of attraction brings more good things to you. Yeah. And this is the red kite in the sky. I feel like when we're missing someone, then, you know, unless we get this, that they were thinking about you. I know. Thank godmother. Your fairy godmother. He is very much sassy. Um, but there's different reasons why people come across our hearts. But if there's a missing feeling, then that feels like more of an emotional, bubbling up for our own selves. And with the Cancer, you're still feeling the Cancer super full moon energy. I mean, it hasn't even been a week yet. So those energies are still making things bubble up, um, within us too. So, but I feel like that is what they want you to know about that. So there you go. I don't know where my southern accent came from, but there you go. All right. So many blessings to you, Jojo. Sleep well when you eventually go to sleep, and we'll all meet you in the ethereal and have a party. How's that? We're not going to invite them. All right. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. We'll continue on here. Oh, let me see. Did anyone else come in here that I missed? Nope. Okay, good. Not good, but that I didn't miss anyone. All right. So, June, you are up for your first one here. Here's your first time stamp. Boom, boom, boom. And thank you for the popcorn. Good to see you too. And you like that spilling the tea with Bretta Z. I like I really have embraced that. I like the angels or spirit helping spill the teapot on the little thumbnail. I like that. That's gonna be it for a little bit. But you'd like a reading on here. SS and Volcanic K for this past Monday, and also, why did they cancel hosting Monday's get together? Was it because they were tired? Um, so or was it due to or was it due to something that occurred? Okay, spill the tea. All right, so cheers. Let me take a sip here. All right. Let's find out here. So stepping into the tea with SS and K. So past Monday, let's see what energy was going on with them there. Dialing back the time machine. See what we got going on over there on Monday. I do want that. I do want that. I do want these two. That leads us into why did they cancel? What's the T on the cancellation? All right. Got all that there. All right. Well, do you like when I start out that way? Well, no surprise with the bottom of the deck, we do have the Knight of Wands, which is, of course, the fieriness of it's the fire horse. It's the fastest moving horse. I'm not sure why it's not. Well, actually, it is kind of blurry on here. I thought I want it's just the card itself is a little blurry. Purposely, because it's like a flies by fast, and, but it also represents a bit of heatedness, not I don't feel like it was passion in the romantic sense. It was more feeling passionate about our own self and kinda some snippety fieriness is the underlying energy. So we'll see what happened here. So what tell us about the Monday that was going on. We do have the Ace of Pentacles. So there is a new opportunity that was opening up on Monday. An opportunity for what? Ooh, the World card. An opportunity for like a significant ending and new beginning of something. And the Ace of Pentacles is the new beginning. So there was something big that happened. We'll get clarity here, of course. Yeah. Or AKA dun dun dun. Yeah. So there is let's see what this is about. So we have the 7 of Swords. Ooh, lying and deceit. The truth being found out, possibly, and the Queen of Swords. But balanced energy between the head and the heart. Interesting. Well, let's see what these other cards are here that are flowing into this, because what I feel from this energy is that there was I feel like something externally, not like with their relationship and their romantic relationship, but there's something significant that seemed to have ended in the physical world on Monday, like business-wise or contract with someone. It feels like there was something big that happened that ended, which opens up a possibility for new opportunities. You know what it feels like is like if they had a joint um, contract together with something that they do together, like they have a joint business or something in the physical world, business wise, though, it feels very business oriented that's tied together. Something ended there where now it's like, it's almost like that business, side hustle, whatever they were doing. It's not, okay, well, we don't need to do this anymore. But now we have this capital and time to do something else. But I feel like S wasn't like, "Yeah, let's do this together." They were like, "Well, why didn't you take that and why don't you invest that in your dream? And I'm gonna take my half of it and invest it in my dream." So it's almost like there was this little disillusion of something, but it excuse me, it happened. It wasn't like it was initiated by them, it was initiated by the other party going, "Hey, we found someone new," or, "We're closing down, we're not gonna need that anymore." And so something kind of rumbled in their business world, but it rattled one of the what are the little, like a ship when when it's connected to the pier, the little rope that goes around it, whatever it's called, the line, the whatever mooring line or something, that is now snapped. There's something one more thing got removed, and S didn't have anything to do with it. It just happened, and but now they're, like, taking that opportunity not to reattach it, but go, "Eh, you know, let's just why don't we just not worry about that? Let's invest our time in our own dreams." It's like, "Whoa, whoa." So I feel like that's kinda what their Monday was about, but let's see. We'll see if that's why they canceled, but there definitely is this movement and this action with this, and, this is the year of the, Fire Horse. I think it's, like, February 17th or February 18th when through, like, March 3rd or something is the festival of the changing of the Chinese zodiac, but there is this, "Oh, okay." It's almost like they gave them 30 days, notice per their contract or something that they're gonna, dissolve it. So, interesting. Okay. But to say that all that's about movement and action and change this year. So why did they cancel Monday night though? Oh, okay. King of Swords. A lot of planning, a lot of thinking going on here. What is next to the Empress? Oh, yeah. So someone was being all mental and someone was being all emotional. Can take that any way we want. But, you know, it definitely feels like, because we had the Queen of Swords, right? Which I feel was S trying to, balancing their head and their heart, kind of energy. And then the King of Swords was someone trying to um, be the counterpart, but she's an empress, so it's more she's up here, he's down there kind of energy, right? And because a king an emperor rules over kings, an empress rules over queens, so an empress needs an emperor, a king is and their match is a queen. But, I liked how they had their back to it, and I feel like this is what it was because they were trying to use mind games or whatever to try to get the empress to join into that alliance again, but look at her having her back to it. "No, thank you." So I feel like it was a lot of conversations, a lot of stuff were going on, and it feels like they were exhausted after whatever all happened during the day and needing to adjust. They just weren't in a place to entertain or get together, whatever this was. Let's see what else that we have a couple other sets of cards too. Yeah. So sorry. Look at Emperor. and the King of Pentacles. It's like there's this, um and it's funny because the way the cards are set out, that's exactly where the Empress is looking, over at the King of Pentacles, and which would be the golden child, right? All the pentacles, the gold, and the Emperor, my match. They're all like, "No, no, that's okay. I'm looking over here." And then we have the 4 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles, yeah. This wanting to be at home and, at home and with the 4 of Pentacles, it's like the 4 walls, and the 9 of Pentacles is being home alone. And I feel like they just wanted to be at home alone, but not together, but because they have some stuff to figure out independently, and, it was just a very busy day. The line and deceit. Yeah, the 7 of Swords here. I feel like that ties into all this other stuff of because it's the I'm trying it's kind of plugs into the King of Swords, which is I'm trying to play mind games. I'm being deceitful, trying to get you to, stay connected, and I feel like they knew, like, um I feel like whoever owns this contract or whatever had told Kay a while ago. Like, they told him, like, a week or so ago, and they didn't tell S that they were gonna do this, and then when they called, they got a hold of S, and S is like, "Huh?" And I feel like that's kind of why the proverbial poo poo caca monkey poo hit the ceiling, propeller of the plane and, because they were like, "What why didn't you tell me all this?" And they were like, "Well, we had a lot going on and I didn't tell you, I thought I told you." And there's all this deceit and things came out but I feel like here with the Queen of Swords, with the deceit and the deceive, that they were like, "Oh, I thought I told you." Well, and they would never say, "I'm sorry." In a meaningful way, they'd be like, "Sorry." But they were like, "Well, maybe we can do something else. Maybe we can find another company, da 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 da." And I feel like that's where the discussions kind of went on, and there could have been with this king of not king, but the knight of wands. There's a little bit of friction that was happening, more so from the volcano than from SS. Um, but it's funny because, I think I mentioned before calling SS like that's like a like the SS Minnow, it's like a sea vessel, right? And the sea vessel that they showed me not having a rope keeping them on the pier, one of the things broke away, right? And they're just like, "No, I think it's okay. I think we're okay just to let that dissolve, and we just will not, you know, try to replace that contract. Instead, we'll, like you said, invest it in our dreams." So I feel like that's the more the deceit that came out. I feel like it was a very business but abundance, and that's one of the things that, uh, K uses to try to keep S, at dock instead of heading out to sea is these ropes, and one of the ropes just and they're trying to, "Well, maybe we can put it," and like, "No, it's alright." It's like, "Oh, no." So, I feel like that's a lot of what has, happened there, on Monday. So interesting. But I do feel like the captain of the ship, the SS, they are, like, in their cabin, their captain's cabin, plotting a different course. You know? "Alright, this is where we're gonna head. This is what we're gonna where I'm gonna go, what I'm gonna do." And I do feel like they kinda have their eyes on the golden child. So Let's see here what the fortune cookie is for this one from the well-being card. See if we get anything else here. All right. Yeah, I like this. Look at the fish, plenty of fish in the sea. But it says, I look for more reasons to appreciate. And the back of it says here, um, the more I appreciate, the better I feel. The better I feel, the more I am allowing who I am to flow through me. The more I allow who I am to flow through me, the better I feel. So I love this. Captain of the assessment, right? Skipper, watch out for that tree. But I like this. I like this energy because this is all about embracing themselves and um, not being afraid of, well, there's storms at the sea. You shouldn't go out there. And they're like, I'm not the SS Minnow. I'm the, like the battleship or the aircraft carrier. That's not going to impact me because they used to be a minnow, a little, that little from Gilligan's Island, right? But now they're a battleship moving into an aircraft carrier, something that's big and strong and can withstand storms too. So I like that. Fun, fun. Right. So that's for number one. Let's go into number two here. So here is the second time stamp. And everyone got a Tesha Singh in the house. Hey, Teshi. Let's grab your. Let me put you on the thing here. Oh, you like the earring? It's a feather to help it reminds me when I see it dangling and I feel it and people mention it, it reminds me to connect to my fire elemental spirit guide Phoenix. And actually I have two dragons to represent my water elemental and my air elemental spirit guides. And then I have a wolf on this other one for my earth elementals. These are all for my elemental spirit guides, which is one of my big focuses for this year to really get in tune with them even more. So it's one of my intentions is a good word. Not New Year's resolutions. We're not into that. All right. Sorry, June. So hijacked your your reading. Sorry. Popcorns. Thank you for the additional popcorn here. And for number two, we've got the reading on SS and Mom, CS Mom, for today and this week. Today and tomorrow, Kay is out of town for work. Also, energy check on if CS and TS are going to have their. Looks like it disappeared. Oh, is that their intervention? Are they going to have their intervention? Is that what we were going to ask? All right, we'll take a look here. So let's see, SS and CS for today and this week. What do we got going on between Mom and CS here? Okay, we've got that for today. And what about this week? Thank you. Got this and got this and these here. Right, all of that. And then let's see here. So CS and TS. Thank you. What else? All right. Let's see what we got here. Yep, we've got on the the bottom of the deck we have the Wheel of Fortune here. That's coming in. And underneath that, the 10 of the Cups. So there's a lot of joy and celebration and the wheels of fate a turning and really isn't that a beautiful card? Just want to zoom in a little bit here. Whoops. Just want to see if you guys can see that. It's so beautiful. So definitely tens, endings, and beginnings plotting. That's going on here. Underneath the surface. I mean, this is the bottom of the deck, right? So let's see what's going on here with Mom and SS here. We've got the Seven of Swords. Oh, the energy of deceit. Oops. So I feel like I think Mama has some like ulterior motives, some little plotting that's going on. Not in I don't feel like it's in a like a negative, type of context. I just feel like they're doing their little, oh, I don't know, playing not playing dumb, but you know, just kind of planting seeds and asking tough questions and making little comments here and there. Underneath the surface of that, yeah, we have the King of Pentacles. So of course we talked about, that the energy of the golden child, right? When I said the Empress is looking off and we had the King of Pentacles and the Emperor, it's like, mm-hmm. So I feel like there's a little bit of, shoving of someone towards someone, you know. That's funny. Um, and that's for today. Yes, she's applauding, right? Um, for the week, yeah, we do have there's a little bit of hermit energy that's happening. So a little bit of alone time. Let me see if I can do this. This will be easier to do it this way. The nine of sword. I mean, not the nine of swords. The eight of swords is, to realize those thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve anymore, and the removal of things. Oh, this is the wands, eight of wands. But the hermit energy here is definitely I feel like they're looking and spending time. This is like that captain, right? They're spending time alone about the actions they want to take and how swift they want to take actions here as well. Um, along with those, we've got the nine of pentacles and three pentacles, all about being true to my authentic self and how am I going to be off alone by myself. So there's a lot of this, the nine of pentacles I look at is almost like very much hermity energy because nine is the number of the hermit. Pentacles is the outside world in this withdrawal away to be by oneself. So I feel like there's even Mom mentioning here about, you know, if you want to, you could always move in here. You could always come back home until you get your feet and you can get out of the situation right away. And we'll let you be who you are, who you want to be. We won't put pressure because that's the thing with the three of pentacles. Mama's thumb, come back home. And then, you know, she feels all that pressure from mom, even though I'll leave you alone. Yeah. Uh-huh. But there's this fast movement. What else is underneath the surface here? Queen of Swords and Knight of Swords. Yeah. So here's that SS's energy from that last one too. You know, thinking of things clearly. But I feel like they're like, well, thanks for the offer. I'm balancing my head and my heart, and I'm taking my time with the Knight of Swords to make my plans. So I appreciate it. Thank you for that option. Is kind of what I feel like a lot of this week is about here, thinking about things, questioning things about how fast, what do I want to do, that kind of stuff. But I feel like they're not like feeling the need to rush anywhere to get out of anything because I feel like they're really coming into their own, you know, sitting strong with themselves here. So I like that. And then the other with check on the energy if CS and TS are going to have their is did you say their intervention? Is that what was gonna be? We had the King of Cups, which is a balance between head and heart. This feels more calm energy here. What's underneath the surface here? The Fool card. So here's the nudging for the new beginning, and the old cycle, begin something new energy. The little puppy dog. Um, and we've got the King of Wands. Well, all these kings nudging for these people trying to be in control, right? Yeah. I I don't feel like it's going to be this kind of intervention anymore. Just I feel like they look in, they're like, because this Queen of Swords is the balance between head and heart, this King of Cups, that's the balance between heart and head. And I kind of feel like they're looking, going, well, it's not as scary, it's not as urgent, it's not as what's this energy? Dangerous, not as controlling. And I feel like S has stopped sharing a bunch of stuff. They used to be like, "Oh my god, this happened. Oh god, this and this and this," and now they're like, "Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm making my plans, and I'm and have this." Whereas before, I felt like um, S's family felt they weren't going to ever do anything, that they were going to be stuck in it, and that if it, they were feeling like it's on them, I'm guilty. I'll feel guilty if something happens, and if they stay in that, we've got to do something. Now they're realizing, oh, they're in the seat of the King of Wands, telling everyone to mind. Thank you for your opinions, and thank you for your ideas and information, but I'm going to make decisions for my life. And they're all like, ooh. So I feel like there's been a change in S's energy where they're like, okay, well, we're not as concerned because we know that they're already I feel like they've S has shared some information on, I am gonna leave. I'm just getting everything in order, and I got this, whereas before, that was not the energy like a year ago, right? That would have that they so I feel like they're not going to do like a, you know, "We've called you here for a reason." Now it's just, "Hey, let's have lunch. Let's just check in. Let's see, you know, let's offer our support. Let's" instead of us feeling like we have to rescue them, I feel like the family is going more that route of I heard this recently, it sounds so cool, is how can I support you supporting yourself? So how can I support you supporting yourself? Not how am I gonna rescue you? But now it's like, all right, you've changed. And so I feel like it's less of a um less of that now, and I feel like they experienced it because they spent a lot more time together over the holidays, and they got to see, K being a putz and, S going, "Alright, everybody, I'm gonna go over here," and they're just like, "What just happened?" I feel like they had some of that, right? Right. Um, I'll pull a one-to-one card for here for this just to see based on current energies. Because we already had talked about, right, that it was gonna be the end of January, and then that they were gonna make their way of separating what was it, April, May, something like that, where they'd actually leave the house, but I feel like a decision was gonna be made at the end of January before. Let's see where the energy is at now. Okay, we got 2 Wen cards. Let's see what these are about. So we got the 10 of Cups, yeah. Yeah. So the 10 of cups, the joy here, this is October 31st to December 12th. This when they found their joy and when they have made the decision in their heart to leave. So I feel like they've already left in their heart. So they're in no rush because I don't feel like things are impacting them anymore. Um, yeah, and then we have the Page of Cups, which is things going to a new level. Oh, it's from the 10 of Cups to the Page of Cups. So, oh, that's amazing that out of all the cards, you get the progression from the 10 to bringing your joy from the inside to the outside world. And listen to these dates because it's 3. It's Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio seasons. So we've got February 19th to March 20th. And that's what I feel like it is because June seems too far away, June to July, and then October 23rd to November 21st. So I don't feel like those dates feel too far off. So I feel like February 19th to March 20th is the energy right now of finalization of I feel like that's more the time frame of telling them this is over. Um, because I feel like things happen still towards the end of January, but I feel like whatever happens in February up to, like, February 19th to March 20th, that, um, that's when S tells them, because I feel like they try to do something for Valentine's Day to get him to come back and stay with them and do it all, and they're like, "No, it's over," and I feel like that's when, uh, the volcano knows, "Oh, this is it," kind of energy. Excuse me, because I think um, that's when they not bust, but that's when they feel they bust S with Golden Child out at a restaurant around Valentine's Day, not on Valentine's Day, but they're like, "Oh, this is a Valentine's Day date?" And they're just like, "No, it's just friends getting together, catching up," you know? And it's innocent. So, let's see what the fortune cookie brings into here. Yeah. Desire is the beginning of all creation. Says, "In allowing your desire to come to you, you not only gain the satisfaction of having received it, you also gain a whole new perspective from which to desire more." And I like this, and in fact, that might even be Golden Child and them dancing in the forest eventually, but and I feel like that's what, because S doesn't want to have it be leaving someone for someone like that, and, um, there's this, I'm gonna let them come to me, but I'm gonna work on me and getting my life. I'm not gonna depend on someone else again. Even the golden child, I want to make sure I am me, and I'm not gonna let someone make me feel like I'm a half a person, right? Not a half and a half is a whole. I'm a whole, you're a whole, and then we have the asshole. Pardon me. I have to blame your spirit guides for that one. That wasn't me. All right. So that's what they have for you, June. You're so very welcome. I know, right? I'm amazed when they bring back things. Um, because I know as many readings as I do when they bring back specifics from past readings, I'm like, "Oh, that's right." I'm glad they have a great memory. Let me take another. So sorry, let me grab a throat lounger here. Actually, I don't think well, I've talked today. Like, I thought maybe I hadn't talked, but I have. I think it's just the changes in weather. But thank you again for your multiple donations, June. What a story, right? All right. So I think that is it. We have Santa next. Santa, you are up. Hello, hello. I'm glad you enjoy your nickname. It brings me joy, and I don't feel like I'm murdering your real name, so that's good. It's a win-win. All right, so thank you for your donation and the little unicorn that's there. So I love that. And you wanna know what kind of person, man will love you in the future? You'd like to know the description of the person. You're an Aquarius, that's right. So glad. Let's take a look here. Make sure you didn't I think you said some other stuff down here. Yep, love to your sign, brother, my sign sister. So I'm so glad you like that. Santa in the house. Ho, ho, ho. All right. So, and by this, we're not just asking what man would love you, but it would be who you are also in love with, right? Because we don't wanna grab energies of a stalker or someone that likes you, but you're like, "No," you know? So this is about whoops, who you end up someone that loves you and that you love them. And we'll see here, is this energy so based on current energies, but is this I wanna know, is this someone, oh, yeah, I was gonna ask, is this someone who is a permanent person, or is it someone who's a stepping stone that you'll have a relationship with that loves you and you love them? Um, a stepping stone would be you learn things through, but they're not the one you're gonna end up with forever. And one of the card literally as I'm asking spirit that from my being for clarification, I get the devil card. And the devil card is about learning and growth, which is one of the cards that spirit gives me for stepping stone. So it's an important one. And it's, it's all part of our adventure. How long it lasts is up to you and them and your guys' energy and your power of choice. It's a range. So it could be a day. Well, let's see what is this that just popped out. Yeah, the 9 of swords. Yeah, the devil card and the 9 of swords coming out together here, asking who this person is. It's someone who helps you realize your expectations, helps you understand what you want, what you don't want, who you are, who you're not, and it allows you to do that inner inner work and transformation. You got on the bottom of the deck, you have the 8 of Pentacles 2, which is an energy of the caterpillar becoming the butterfly, and through this, um, interaction, this little mini relationship that you have, it's not like you guys get married or you move in together. I feel like you guys date for a while, based on current energies with this person coming in. But, so the next one who loves you is not your forever love. And I feel like that was important to know, um, because that's not the one we're gonna ask all the information on, right? You don't wanna know about this one because they will love you, but you wanna know your long-term love, right? Am I picking up what you're putting down, Santa Claus? All right. Who are you gonna settle down with in the North Pole? That's what we wanna know. Yes. Yeah. But that's good to know. That's why they clarify going, "Just so you know, you will have someone in between that you learn a lot and you'll leave a lot of that mentality and expectations behind. So when you meet each other and they will also be going through their own little evolution, your future long-term love on they're also letting things go and learning the hard way through some stuff to get rid of some expectations and bring a lot of clarity for you. So let's see who is this long-term person. What can we know here? And I feel like it's possibilities still of who this could be, but I feel like it's high probability and high possibility. I don't feel like you have a fated person that streams across all of your paths. I feel like if you go off this way, you would end up with this one long term for the rest of your life. If you went this way, you'd end up with them. And if you went like this way, I feel like there's like three, four possibilities, but I feel like you're so much in this path that this person is the probability unless you go wacko way off and change your entire personality, develop a split personality and go off, you would end up with someone else. So that's why they're saying, excuse me, it's great possibility. It's like, 88% you're going to end up with this one. Yeah. Well, not a choice between people, but like the choices you make in life, you know, that with the yeses and the nos, and I choose this path, I choose that path, I choose this mindset, I choose these mental choices, emotional choices, energetic, the day-to-day choices that it takes us on our path. And based on your current choices and kind of your intentions, you end up with this person. Like it would have to have you take and make a big change of mindsets to go to that, right? Well, every person's the right person. There's no wrong person. There's just different persons, you know, because there's no, oh, if there's a fated person, then they would go across your entire paths. And no matter what choices you'd make, you'd end up with a fated person. And we do have lifetimes like that where we choose, like, we're going to, we choose you wanna you wanna be my forever person down there, and we'll learn all this together, like all this stuff, and they're like, "Yeah, yeah, that sounds good." And before we come down here and we do that, right? Um, but then sometimes we come down here going, "Nah, I don't want a faded one," but I have, like, agreements that if we could end up, with different people, um, and so we have a lot of lifetimes where we do that, especially now in the last kind of century or more. Maybe the last 200 years, the lifetimes that we've had in this iteration is more possibilities and adventure than fate, because we have had a lot of fated past lives in the you know, we won't get into past, future, whatever, but, um, that there were a lot of we wanted to have certain things learn and go. After a lot of lifetimes of having it faded, we were like, "All right, let's roll the dice, see what happens," we're more like that. All right. So hopefully that makes sense. What do we need to know? Yeah, the Emperor. So Aries energy, fire energy. This is someone that is, very strong willed in that they have told everyone that was screaming in the royal court, telling them who the emperor, who they should be and what they should decide and everything. They kinda have put up boundaries and checked everybody going, "Now remember, I'm the emperor of my own kingdom, my own empire. You're the emperor of yours. Don't, you know, thank you for your opinion, but don't try to make me, remember your place, to everyone that I get to decide for me. You get to decide for you, unless you want me to decide for you." And then, oh, okay. So they really have had the strength of, have stepped into their power. They've decided what they want to live from their heart, not from their head. And they have a plan and they're working towards living their dream, with this emperor energy. So I like that. I like that authority there. Then we also have the Knight of Cups, ooh, and the King of Pentacles. All right. So they have a great sense of their own self-worth. and that has rolled out into the outside world. So they do have this sense of abundance financially, uh, how they feel about their self worth, a good solid foundation. And the Knight of Cups is that they're very romantic too. So I like that they're not all just driven for, money and, what the mind would say. The Knight of Cups is also the quest for the heart. And that's like we were talking about a lot of what they're being led by their heart, not by a lot of expectations and what everybody else wants. They're living for enjoying life, not trying to hit a bunch of expectations, right? Very Aquarius acceptable energy, right? We've also got the Knight of Pentacles along with the Eight of Wands. I like this. You have the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest moving knight out of them all. And then you have the Eight of Wands, which is fast, fast moving energy. So this just tells me they're balanced. They know what needs to take time to slowly build so it has a solid foundation and in what areas to move fast. So they've got this wonderful, it's not all or nothing, it's knowing when something should take time and when something should be fast. So I like that energy too. And I feel like they take a little bit of time to figure out what they want, but once they want it, they just go after it. So including you. So when you guys meet eventually. So that tells you a little bit about who they are. Hopefully that helps. We'll get you a fortune cookie here too. Oh, did I do it? Yeah, I did grab another fortune cookie. Thought I might have cheated June out of a fortune cookie, but I do see 3 there, so. All right. So let's see what else they want you to know here. Okay, this one here. Oh, I like this. It says, "Every emotion I feel is guidance from my adoring inner being." Says, "Because my inner being offers a strong and steady vibrational signal, I can always feel my allowance or resistance to that signal. The better I feel, the more aligned I am. The worse I feel, the more out of alignment I am. And as I reach for good feeling emotions, I am in alignment with the signal of my source, capital S source." Wow. I love that. Beautiful, beautiful. Being guided by that, like this other person was, right? Being guided by their heart, in their inner being. So I love that. So hopefully that helps, gives you a little bit of a tidbits on who they are. The little, as I used to call it, a scavenger hunt on finding, uh, who people are instead of, getting a little download of their entire background check and knowing exactly who they are. Boring. We like to search for them and get little tidbits. At least that's what our higher self feels. We as humans are like, no, I would like that background check and the entire scroll telling me everything. And we're like, yeah, I know. Yeah, you're very welcome, Santa. Merry Christmas. Right. Now that you're on vacation now, until next year, until next Christmas, right? All right. Thank you again, my dear. Many blessings to you. All right. I think that is all of the donations. Let me just double check. Yep. All right. So we will jump in to the free readings next. Santa loves you. I love you, Santa. I love that. All right. Let's give these a shuffle and we'll move into the free reading zone here. These, of course, are a little faster because they're just 1 or 2 readings. So up first, we do have Happy Pill. Let's grab yours here. Thank you, Santa. All right. So angel guidance, happy pill. All right. One. What else do they want you to know here? All right. And that one there. All right. Thank you. So wow, you got the Emperor and the Sun. Got Leo and Aries energy. I just feel here this strong energy, this I just feel like there's this, and in fact, it's like um, I feel like the sun is like the Knight of Wands energy of it's the year of the fire horse in the middle of February is when we start until February of the next year. It's all about action and movement energy. And I do feel here the sun and the emperor is about deciding what it is I want, not wandering, but it's like there's this energy ball that's building up and it's like, where are you going to throw it? And you're like, I don't know. And they're like, well, it's getting bigger and bigger. All this energy is building up. And it's like, where do you want to send it? What do you want to grow? What do you want to expand in your life? And it's about there's no right or wrong. It's what do you want to do, right? And I feel like this is their guidance right now is asking you, what do you want? Because that's what the emperor energy is. It's like a lot of people, you might have gotten this before a few times, it feels like, where King of Wands, Emperor energy are both this king or emperor sitting there and they're all blah, 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 all these people, blah, 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 blah. This is what you should do, supposed to do. All these advisors and self appointed advisors telling you what you should do and need to do with this empire and this kingdom. And you need to do that and you need to do this and blah, 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 blah. And everyone's fighting because everyone has different opinions. And you're just like, wait a minute. I'm remembering something. They're like, what? That king and kingdom is me, and that emperor and empire is me. I'm the emp in empire. So I think that means I get to decide, and everyone's like, "Oh," and they all shut up, right? And they're like, I really honor everyone. Thank you for all your opinions and all of your information. You can leave all that on that box on your way out the door. I need some alone time. I'm going to figure out what it is I want. And then I'm gonna put a plan together, and then we're all gonna put action behind it, and we're gonna make this happen. And everyone's like, "Yes, sire," because you are the emperor over your own life, as is everyone over theirs. So I feel like this is the year of the fire horse is about action. You're gonna have all this energy and all this movement, and the tide is moving, but it's like you have to decide where is it? Where do you wanna head off to? And once you decide that from here, not from here, then that flows and it just takes you swiftly in that direction. So I feel like that's what they want you to know right now. Happy pill. Hopefully that helps. All right. Many blessings to you. And musical beer, you are up. Look at this little mirroring of the 20 and the O2 here. And you'd like a general for Thursday and Friday. Let's take a look. So Thursday and Friday. So Thursday, you got the chariot. It's like this is the ruler of all of these energies of um it's like all of the knights built up into the major arcana chariot, which is action and movement. There's victory energy that comes in on Thursday and the power of choice energy that comes in too. I feel like Thursday feels like an abundant kind of day, but how big the abundance is and what it looks like all depends on your power of story, your power of your emotions that you're choosing, your energy and your actions that you're choosing determines if it's uh, abundance or abundance, right? So it's all has to do with be aware of all of your energy on Thursday because that's going to be impacting how much abundance comes your way. On Friday, you've got the 7 of Wands. Yeah, this is about standing up and being true to one's authentic self, not asking permission to shine, not diminishing or dimming your light, and not needing to defend what you're wanting and what your actions are and what you're wanting out of your life too. So I like this for you because it just feels like, very much this stepping into your power, stepping into your authenticity, and the importance of that. So, it's not about, being a jerk and telling everyone, I don't care about your opinion, but it's about you not shrinking, not making other people shrink, but you not shrinking and going, this is where I'm coming from and not shy away from it. So I feel like that's the big thing for Friday. So hopefully that helps, Musical Beer. That's what they have for you. So many, many blessings to you. All right, we did have a donation come in. Daisy, hello, hello. Yes, long time no see. Good to see you. Thank you for your donation. And you're headed off to spring break. You must be busy with school. All right, let's jump in here. So 12244. Look at those power numbers. So here's your fortune cookie. And let's give your donation a love and a like since it lets me here. And so, based on your current energies, do you see you meeting a new love interest during your spring break in March? You're graduating in May, finally. Wow. I know, right? Then what? Now you got to work. Stay in school. Go for your master's, unless that's what you were going in school for. You're like, no, no. Going for your doctorate. All right, let's take a look here. So, a new love interest during your spring break. And what can we know about that, please? Okay, that's if you do or you don't. Let's look at that first. You've got temperance energy, which is more patience and, it is Sagittarius energy. But I don't feel like during spring break, this temperance card, because I didn't pull any other cards, they had me stop. They were like, look at that card that tells you your answer, and there's no other cards to tell about the spring break. So I don't feel like have you meet a new love interest during your spring break, but um temperance being ruled by its Sagittarius energy loves travel, loves foreign places. So I feel like spring break, no, but I feel like you travel some other time this year. And it's during there that this traveling that you're doing that you meet a love interest. Let's see what that is here. But not spring break, so just have fun. Don't worry about meeting a love interest. Um, I feel like this is after you graduate. Are you going on like a special getaway? I don't want to ruin a surprise, but if you don't know about it yet, I feel like someone wants to I feel like there's some sort of gift or travel that happens after you graduate, and we'll find out what's here. Yeah, 3 of Cups. So, bottom of the deck here, this is interesting. So, this 3 of Cups is like your tribe, your group of friends kind of energy, and I feel like I don't know if you're gonna go on a trip with friends later this year. It doesn't feel like it's spring break. I just have to put that out there because this feels like you go on some sort of trip later this year with friends and a friend of a friend that they invite to come along. I feel like it's you meet your love interest through them but they're also from around where you live. So, it's this even though you meet them on this traveling trip and they're friends of a friend, right? So they're like, "Oh, can I bring my friend along?" It's like one of their best friends or something. It's not, anything romantic or anything between anyone else. They're single, no love interest. You're their single, no love interest. and there's no expectations, you guys are just all having fun, and you guys start talking, start hanging out, and I feel like that's kinda what unfolds. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, even you got the 3 of Pentacles because you're being true to your authentic self, you're not you know, it's not like a date, so you're just being you, being the goofy you, right? Like, "Here I am, let's go, let's have some fun, let's go, right?" And you're being true to yourself, and they see that, and that's what attracts them to you is that who you are, not who you're pretending to be on a date, right? As we all do. We put on our best, facade. And then later, "Surprise!" But this, they see you from the beginning being true to your authentic self, and they love it. Yeah, we got Devil card Capricorn energy, coming in here, and I don't feel like this is just doesn't feel like, you know, work, shadow work, everything. This just feels like they're saying they're unexpected. They're different than who you would think you would normally have fallen for. They're kind of outside of the strict list we have of relationship individuals, right? So I feel like they're kind of unexpected in a way that way. Yeah, we have the 5 of Wands, which represents different things, but it's also your friends group. Again, there's this energy of friends, and maybe that's a rule, you know. Maybe it's not even a friend, it might even be like someone's cousin or someone where there's no way that they're having romantic relations of any kind. They're like, "Hey, do you mind if I bring my brother or my cousin?" And I feel like you're like, "That's one of my rules. You don't date someone, your a friend's relative or, you know, um, close friends because if it doesn't work out, awkward." It's like a rule that you have, maybe. Um, but there is this, "Nope, it doesn't matter." Let's see what else here. Yeah, you've got this death and rebirth energy coming in here. Um, and along with that, the King of Pentacles. Yeah, there's just this ending of rules, I feel like, with this death card and this feeling of abundance and just this groundedness and this Capricorn energy. Maybe they are a Capricorn because the King of Pentacles is also very like they roll over they're the king of the earth energy. Capricorn, devil card, ruled by Saturn, Capricorn, huge Capricorn energy. So they might be an earth sign. Let's see what's below the surface here too. Yeah, you got the King of Swords, a lot of thinking. Again, a Capricorn trait that but this is below the surface, which says that it really challenges you to look at these long held beliefs as supposed to be and should be and need to be. It has to be this, it can't be that. And then here's this. Well, here's the exception to the rule. And it kind of crushes these opinions that were gathered growing up. And you're like, do I really care about any of that? I don't. So that's what matters, right? You also have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, so it is someone brand new, no one you know already. There is a spark of passion. So there's that energy. And then you have the Three of Wands. Again, this is a voyage energy with the Three of Wands. There's a ship normally, yeah, there's not one here, but usually there's like a sea out at the sea, there's like a ship. Maybe it's even a cruise. You never know. But, yeah, but this feels like more of what's gonna unfold here, and you do have the Eight of Swords, which the Eight of Swords is about becoming aware of your old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that make you feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted here, and being freed from that. That's the Eight of Swords is about the movement away from it all. So, I like it for you, but it feels like you more meet someone traveling with your group of friends and maybe it is someone's cousin, someone that's like their friend and it's their cousin and they want to go along on this little celebration trip or whatever. And So, of course, if anyone goes, "Hey, do you mind?" The answer is, "I don't mind." That's a severe no. But it's like, "No, I don't mind at all." Alright, let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here too. Alright, here we go. Yeah, I like it. Well-being is my natural state of being. Says, "Reach for the feeling of well-being first, and everything else will fall into place. Be selfish enough to follow your bliss, and you will tap into the natural, pure, positive essence of you." I love that because that's like being true to your authentic self energy, right? There's something about all these horses, as well. Are you gonna go to a ranch? No, this is more action movement, all the knights of the, tarot, and, something about this being in February, mid-February, we go into the year of the fire horse. So there is this action, this movement. This is the year to have action and movement, right? Which is great. You're graduating, you have all this opportunity to go, go, go. So I love that. All right, my dear, that's what they have for you right now. So hopefully that helps. Many blessings to you. Have a great spring break anyway. But I feel like after you graduate, there's going to be some sort of travel trip. If it's not planned already, then it will be. All right. So many blessings. Good to see you. Study well. All right. So that was it for the donations. We'll circle back here. Oops, sorry. Crunching my throat lozenge there. That was rude. Sorry. All right. So Minu, you are up. Back to the free readings here at 134 even. So what comes towards you in January and February? So let's see here. We'll do a card for January and one for February. So January, you got the Justice card. So this need for clarity or this opportunity for clarity that comes in here. And it's like an energy of what's working, what's not working, honesty with oneself, really working through the um, mindsets, the stories, because it has a lot of swords energy, and it can be this is Libra energy that rolls over the 10th house of relationships, so it can have a lot of clarity around relationship and what I want, what I don't want. It doesn't have to be romantic either. It can be, you know, um, friends, family, work people, or whatever. It doesn't have to be just romantic relationships. Just feels uh, like that's the theme for the remainder of this month. For February, you got the 10 of cups. Well, got relationship energy all over this place here, but this, um, 10 of cups energy that's in here. Oh, sorry, there we go. It was doing something weird on my screen there. Um, so I wanted to see if you could see how beautiful this card is. It's, all these cups that are flowing in, and there's, family and a child in there. Just joy and celebration. If it's not relationship you're looking for, then this is about having joy in your relationships with others. A lot that's coming in here. And February does feel like a month of feeling full and overflowing. So, and this makes sense because as the Justice card allows you to let go of expectations and all these thoughts and beliefs that are rooted in fear, all these opinions we had growing up around what things should be and supposed to be, need to be, as those fall away, we do have this feeling of joy and celebration that comes in because when we have expectations, it sucks the life out of us because we're focusing on what's not happening. We're checking off what is, but when we have expectations, we're spending so much energy just to get up to zero. But when we don't have a whole lot of expectations, then everything is abundance, and that's that feeling of overflowing that comes in February. So I feel like January, letting go of a lot of mindsets around relationships, which opens up a lot of opportunity and flow of positive, high vibration emotions in February. So that's where I feel you are at right now, Minu. Hopefully that helps. So that's what they got there for you. Many blessings. All right. And then we have Patricia. Hello, Patricia. Good to see you. Happy New Year and happy new night. I know. I'm excited to have another evening um, during the week. So another day to spend with everyone. Even though Saturday we have just one session instead of two, but I have another day, get to see everybody. All right, so let's take a look here. A message for the next few days. What do they have here for you? Right, we got this. We got this. All right. So you've got here the Three of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. So Three of Cups is a joy energy. It's a celebration energy. And sometimes it can mean like social groups, but this I'm getting this energy with the Page of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. This feels almost like a combo together would be a Four of Wands, which is a joyful celebration gathering kind of coming in here the next couple of days. Because I feel like there's a new opportunity that really presents itself to where it makes you feel joyful, but it feels like it's something to be celebrated or there's an event that you go to that is a joyful celebration. So it's like a combo that maybe you're already being invited to this gathering to celebrate, and now it's an extra celebration because of something great that's happens in your life here over the next few days too that feels abundant. Because this Page of Pentacles is about not just over opportunities, but it's an abundant opportunity that comes in here for you. So very positive energy here for the next few days. Choose joy as much as you can, because the more we choose joy, the more we draw. If we focus on our fears, then we draw more of that crap in, right? All right. So that's what they have for you, Patricia. Good to see you. Many blessings to you. All right. We have Sarah Taylor in the house. So, Sarah, here's your timestamp. So, Happy New Year to you. And I think I already said I am very well. And I hope you are doing really, really well. You'd like a general reading. Let's see here what Spirit would want you to know right now. All right. Nope, they didn't want any of those. I feel like there's this energy of be choosy. Don't feel pressure that you have to pick what's available, that there are other opportunities that come later, because what's meant for you never passes you by permanently. Like if the bus that you need to take stops here and you don't get on it and you're like, I think that was my bus, it just circles back right on the other side of the street. You just walk across and get on the bus then. It just takes a little more effort, a few more steps to get onto it. And it was like, oh, it would have been convenient, but that's all right. You learn to walk across the street and not get hit by another car. Um, sorry, I guess you could like to see your cards. So you got the Temperance card and the Queen of Pentacles. Here it is. It's just a matter of time. Things do work out and it brings in the abundance here. It's trust the timing. Trust again that nothing that is meant for you will pass you by. And there is this abundance. It's worth the wait for something too. Because temperance is about alchemy. It's the two cups. You put something in one cup, you add magic, and the magic, so it goes back and forth, and you pour it back and forth between the cups. As it's going through the air, it's converting more and more to gold. But there is something with the Temperance card that's important, which is you have to know what you're putting into the cup and what you're wanting to get out of it. It's like using GPS. You can't just turn on the GPS and go, let's go. They're like, well, where are you starting from? Oh, I'm starting from here in the car where I'm at now. So, yes, share my location. This is where I am. Where do you want to go? I don't know, just take me somewhere. They're like, that's not how it works, right? In life, we're the ones driving the vehicle. We're the ones that punch in our GPS. So it's really important to, choose that and know what you're wanting, know where you're at and where you're going, and then um, this goes. The GPS will take you, but this is knowing that you need to understand that first and then trust the timing and see the best route, right? Because some maps will give you a choice of which route to go. This one takes an hour. This one takes an hour and 45. This one takes 5 minutes because it's right across the street. Instead of going all here and all here, you can just go here, right? So it's trusting the timing, but know where you're going and where you're starting is an important message, if that makes sense to you. Right. So that's what they got for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. We got Maria P in the house. Hey, Maria. Good to see you. Let's grab your add you to the free question list here. Boom, boom. All right. So we'll continue on here. We've got Jenna up next. So Jenna. Whoa, that's not right. There we go. That looks better. Here is your timestamp. And you want to know, how will your first date with Zach go this Saturday? All right, let me drink some of this blue juice here. All right. So, based on current energies, how is this date going to go? All right. All right. Well, you have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a pretty solid energy. It's like the four walls of the outside world. I don't know why this it feels like what is this, home? I don't know what this home is, but we got the moon card, which is about something revealed, something that bubbles up. It almost feels like the four pentacles. Well, you wanna go back to my place, or you know, if they're picking you up, they're like, "Do you mind if I come in?" If you don't invite them in. But I just feel like there's some hidden stuff that comes to the surface. It doesn't feel anything too ominous or anything like that. But I do feel like when we get the moon card, that is can be a card of just some stuff that bubbles up, that unexpected, some hidden something, maybe not hidden, but something unknown that you didn't know. Oh, I didn't know you were divorced, that you had married, or that you have a child. Yeah, but but they stay with the mom. I feel like there's something that comes up. There's something about home too with the Four of Pentacles. So I'm not sure, like, if they invite you back to their place, or you invite them back to yours or whatever. But I feel like there's just more. I feel like something that is seen that's here. Um, but so I feel like just be open and to what's coming there. But it doesn't seem ominous. Like I said, it doesn't feel like, wow. But I feel like what really takes you off track here is you find out some things you didn't know about them. I don't feel like they're deal breakers. I just feel like they're kind of some things that you would have told someone, and then they're like, "Oh." But I feel like it could be just the difference between, not to stereotype, but sometimes men think different things are more important than females, and females the same from males, right? Just, as a generality, not to stereotype, but I feel like by your experience, you know that. You're like, "Oh, yeah, this is something I would have told you, but well, now I know." But I feel like it's something that, you know, is important, but doesn't, um, it's not one of your deal breakers, if that makes sense. So I know, I sorry that that's the kind of message that comes through. They're just preparing you like they're divorced or they have a child from another relationship that doesn't live with them, but they help support, or they live at home with their parents. I don't know. You're just like your mind's going home 100 miles an hour now. Oh my god, what could it be? But it's nothing, like I said, it's not a deal breaker, so relax. But it's good to know it up front. It's gonna bubble up. Or don't go home, don't invite them in and don't go over there. Because maybe if they invite you over and you go over, that's when you see the picture. So, "Who's this?" Little picture of a child. "Well, that's my son." And you're like, "Excuse me? Say that again? Whose son is that?" Anyway, alright, that's what they got for you, Jenna. Enjoy. Many blessings. You're very welcome, Sarah. Alright, very good. Glad that helped. Alright, user PC, you're in the house. Here is your timestamp, and you would like a general reading. Let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. Page of Wands and Nine of Swords. Feel like there's some energy coming in here for you. Um, like this, it feels like there's this if I can talk, right? Like the astrological energy or some sort of energy that's flowing in like your birth chart and flowing through like right now, like maybe for the rest of January, more I feel like it's gearing up over this next week, culminating the week after that, and then moving away the week after that. It just feels here because the Nine of Swords, it's nightmare and insomnia, but I feel like it's more that things are being brought up, like a lot of dreaming, a lot of messages, a lot of synchronicities that are coming up, seeing a lot of things in the outside world in the there and in your dreams that they're bringing it up. They're not bringing it into your face going, "Here, deal with this." They're more going, "Look at out here. Look at the puppets. Look at the little things that are happening." And you're like, "Oh." And then you dream about things. You're like, "Oh." So this is about this thing that's coming up to be resolved, this emotion, this energy below the surface that were rooted in old fears that are coming up and you're releasing them. But I feel like they're telling you here just because it's so intense, not like this week, but next week. And then the week after that, it kind of starts, going away. But it's just knowing it. It's like knowing, like, we're having snow tomorrow. I'm very excited. Knowing that um, I will not go outside for my morning walk, um, in shorts and flip-flops, which I wouldn't walk in flip-flops anyway, but I'm gonna dress warmer, I'm gonna have a coat, maybe a hat, and some gloves maybe, depending on how cold it is. And so we know the weather, and I feel like this is what they're telling you here. Just be aware of the weather, that it's just helping you release some old fears that are bubbling up at this time on purpose for a purpose so that they can be not impacting you anymore because we all have that below the surface, right? Thoughts and beliefs that are bouncing around down there since our early childhoods, our emotional body 7 and under, our mental body 7 to 14, and even our physical bodies from 14 to 21. We've got that energy that's there, and when we have this type of awareness coming in, it is always for us to free us, to release us. But I feel like it's mainly a heads up on the energy that you're probably feeling it already. Probably got sparked by this super full moon in Cancer. But I feel like it's something that you're releasing. So hopefully that helps. Right. That's what they got for you, my dear. Many blessings to you. All right. Doll Face Diva, you are up. So here is your timestamp and a general for you. Let's take a look here. I do want this one here. Well, I got the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Yep. I feel like here, the Queen of Pentacles is a card of Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and there's this wonderful kind of nudge to focus your energy on yourself. The Knight of Wands is like on a quest for stepping into your power and realizing whatever I focus on is what grows and expands. And as we're focusing in on, what I'm grateful for, the Queen of Pentacles is about abundance, but it's whatever I focus on is what I grow, and if I focus on what I'm grateful for that I have and that I have had, then that expands, that grows, that goes to new heights. It brings in the tide to us, so things ride on the waves to us. Whereas if I'm focusing on what I don't have, what I want, what I need, that's all lack energy. Because if I want something, that means I'm not grateful for what I have in the moment. I feel like something's missing, right? That's lack. Need, the same thing. Fear of now I'm not gonna have something, that also all of that becomes a tide of pushing things away from us instead of drawing things in. It's very difficult when the tide's moving out for a ship or a boat to try to come in because it keeps on getting pulled out and it topples in the waves and all that. But when the tide's coming in, they just right in, very easy, right? So there is this energy of, being aware of where I'm investing my energy because there's a great opportunity to bring abundance in and an awareness around that, bringing it back to self. Not that the outside world determines what comes to me or not, but I do. What I focus my energy on is what brings it in. So I feel like that's what they want you to know right now, Delphi Steva. So many blessings to you. That is what they got for you today. All right. And then we have Marissa Smith. You are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. Boom, boom, boom. And you want to know, does Vaughn's baby mama girlfriend know he's been with you? All right, let's take a look here. This time, right? Is it this time? Has it been more than once? I feel like they said like this time. Let's see what else. All right. What is all this? Let's grab these two. So we've got this here. We got the Six of Wands, which doesn't feel, it feels like there's this vagueness. The Six of Wands, they're showing me like three wands on either side. I feel like they know that they were attracted to someone else. Let's see what else this is here. Yeah, and the Six of Pentacles, this equal giving and receiving, and the Nine of Swords. Yeah, it's one of their fears. I don't feel like they know specifically that it was you, but I feel like this is one of their fears that they have, is that they have been with other people and look at other people and all that. Um, but I feel like there's more than just you too, because I feel like the Six of Pentacles is an equal giving and receiving of someone else, and then the Six of Wands is you two. And I feel like they know that there's been, it's like their pattern, I feel like they've had, and, um, but I feel like didn't is they're bringing something back to me where they go from person to person to person, and they don't necessarily cheat. It's like I'm a serial monogamist. It's like, I'll be with you, but only for a short period of time, and then I go to someone else, and I'll come back, and it's like I'm not, like, seeing 2 people at the same time, but when I'm paying attention to you, I'm only paying attention to you. When I pay attention to them, I only pay attention to them. When I pay attention to them, I only pay attention to them, you know? It's an interesting kind of, what did we used to call it? So, like, when you explain it away in your own head, um, it's not accountability, it's the opposite of that. It's not even close to that. It's a we used to say it when I was in organized religion because we were so good at, um, finding a way to go, "Oh, this is why," there was always a way to explain it in some way. Yeah. That you know of. But I feel like and it's not about commitment, it's more about where they put their heart. Like, they'll focus on one person. Oh, that's what you assumed, right? It's like, they'll focus on one person for a little while, and then they'll back off, and then they'll focus on another person for a little while, and then and I feel like there's 3 of you that he's currently focusing on. So if you're ever is like he backs off, it's like, oh, it's like a sailor that has, all of these like 3 ports, you know, and it's like when he's in this port, that's he hangs around. He's in that port, that's who he hangs around. He's in that port, that's who he hangs around. Yeah, you get it. All right. So that's what they got for you, my dear. I know you deserve to not be an option. You deserve to be someone's choice. So yeah. Oh, how nice. Huh. You have a type? You're like, we need to get to the root of this, right? And change this pattern." Mm. So it is, something to think about because it's so good. We obviously, right? Um, there's this wonderful reflection that we do, after relationships. I waited until after I finished, like, 5, and then I went back and go, "Oh, I woulda if I'd have looked over at after the first one, I wouldn't have repeated it 4 more times," but something we can look at is how other people are treating us can be a reflection of how we're treating ourselves. So, like, my last relationship, there was, like, this I felt they were trying to fit me in between the important things, and upon reflection, I saw how I was trying to fit me in between the important things, and I wasn't looking at myself as important. So that kind of pattern, like you're talking about, yeah, you're the one with the pattern, but it's an internal thing of how am I not choosing myself, right? I'm choosing people, mirrors showing me how I treat myself. And so it's like, how am I not choosing myself? And why don't I choose myself? And it's like, whoa, we get into the and then we free ourselves, we don't need that, right? Because they have that famous saying, right? Because everyone's a mirror for us, but the reflection in the mirror doesn't change until the person looking in the mirror changes. Obviously, that's why I kept on seeing the same one in all my 5 relationships because it was me looking in all these mirrors, and how could they love me any more than I loved myself? And I didn't love myself very much back then. So how could they love me more than I love myself? If I can't do it, how can I expect them to do it? So deep, right? You're very welcome. All right, that's what they got for you, Marissa. Many blessings to you. Hang in there, my dear. All right, hot, hot sun. You are up. Excuse me. There's your timestamp. So, what are Matt's feelings, intentions, and next actions towards you in the bottom of the deck? All right, let's see here. We got feelings. What about intentions and next actions? Okay, and then the bottom of the deck. All right. So, their current feelings. Well, we got the King of Cups. So there's these current feelings here. This it's a beautiful balance between head and heart that comes in here. And this can be an energy of seeing what a great fit you are, how compatible you are, you know, just like you're not someone who's so emotional that you come across as emotionally unstable. You're not someone who's in your head so much you don't know what an emotion is. You're this wonderful balance between from their standpoint. And that's a good feeling because it is a feeling of a compatibility and what a great person, compatible person you are. Now, I know you're like, shh, okay, and the reading. That's good. Psst. um, but it's an interesting energy that comes in because, I have this analogy that I use about a five-fingered glove. I should have a glove here. I'll have to purpose to keep one because but you can picture it. Yeah, you're intelligent. I know you are. So, if you picture a five-fingered glove and a three-fingered hand, this would be, of course, Matt, right? So, in this scenario, and they look at you and they go like, "Wow, a five-fingered glove, you would fit me perfectly. Plus, there's extra, right? Like you more than enough for me. Wow." But for you, being a five-fingered glove, a three-fingered person leaves two fingers bloop, empty and feeling empty, right? And from his standpoint, I feel like it's like that feeling of not being enough. Like, you are definitely enough for me, but am I enough for you? That's their fear, is that they're never enough, right? Yeah, right? And what are his next actions and intentions? So you got the Lover's card, right? Bottom of the deck, Page of Cups. So when they do make, uh, a move, it feels like it'll be an emotional move too, right? It's all this emotional offering of their heart, but until they do that, awareness of, um, that it's like, "All right." But that's, a great book. If you are looking for, a book if you haven't read it yet, Mel Robbins' The Let Them Theory, amazing, amazing book. Like, three-fourths of it is about relationships, um, and, like, romantic, relationships in a way too, most of that, but it's about how to get along with people. One of the things I think it was her that said this. I've been reading a lot of books lately, but it's like if someone wants to do something, they would, you know? Yeah. Well, you know, it's if they do, I feel like it would be very obvious for you. If 2 people offer you, you're like, "Wait a minute, who matches my energy?" And it's like, I don't they just showed me The Voice, and someone if they don't hit the button and turn around, they never see you, and you don't go on to the next round. And so if they never take that action, then they just will never see you because they'll be looking out at the audience, which is kinda what they're doing. They're listening to the song going, "Oh my god, they're so amazing," and the audience is yelling, push the button," and they're just like, "Oh god, what a great singer. Oh my gosh, they're touching my heart. Oh my gosh," and they're just like and then the song ends and they're like, "Uh-oh, I can't do it," and you're like, "That's right. I'm going over to Britain's Got Talent, buddy. Screw The Voice. You snooze, you lose." That's funny that they put it that way, but, you know but there's always great reflection, right? And when we're going through all this, right? So there's this they're not making any moves, they just think all the time, and so we can look at how are we doing that, right? How am I not making any moves? Not towards them, right? But towards myself. What moves am I not making toward myself? And what about me am I thinking about but not acting on? So it's a beautiful mirror for us. And it's like, you go, well, my thoughts are, bye. I'm headed over to England. I'm gonna meet um I don't know who does Britain's Got Talent anymore, but I'm gonna go over there. uh so see ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Um, but that's what they have right now for you. Hopefully that helps a little bit here. But is that what we want, right? I just and maybe it's because I'm just old and I'm a hermit now. I just, upon my reflection in my life, and I would never wanna cheat anyone out of their experiences because that's how I learned everything the hard way, you know? That's my adventure, but I just feel like, yeah, we live and we learn and we grow. That's how we live and we learn and we grow. But one of the biggest things I've seen from doing so many readings and all my own experiences and friends' experiences and everything else is that we're all on a journey for our self-love, and everyone's a mirror pointing us back to our own self-love, and so when things aren't flowing the way we think they should, there's a reason, and when we reflect upon that, which I know you know all this, maybe this is for more than just you and me as well, but there's this, realization of, "Oh, yeah, everyone's pointing me back to my inward and upward to my own self-love." So my disappointments, the lack of movement, right? It's like, okay, things are moving slow for me because it's given me an opportunity to question my thoughts and beliefs that don't serve me, my emotions that don't serve me, my energy that don't serve me, my physical things, my physical world that don't serve me anymore. And it gives us all the opportunity to kind of purge things and transmute things and raise our vibration. Then we draw in someone that matches our vibration rather than doing what we've always done and get what we always got. So I like it. All right, my dear. That is what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. Appreciate you. All righty. So I did have a donation pop in here. Let me see. Via the PayPal. We got Maria P in the house. Hey, Maria. Got your free reading there. We'll eventually get to that here too. I've only got, excuse me, that blue juice tastes good the second time too. We got Livier and then AG and then Ateshi and then you, Maria. So we'll be to your free reading here shortly after, depending on if I get any other donations. So, all right. So here we go, Maria. Here's your timestamp for your donation. Whoops. Try that again. There we go. Boom, boom, shakalaka. And then we have your PayPal here. Let's scroll down here. All right. All right. Let's see what we got. So, Wally's thoughts after your date today. All right. One card for that. And then when you saw each other after work, his boss saw you guys talking. Any drama? Ooh, okay. Let's take a look there. What's coming up for you at work? Okay. Let's try that again. What's coming for you at work? Okay. And we're wondering if he was feeling down today. You were picking up something. Is he in love with you? Is he leaving that house? And dark side updates. All right. So what we got here. So his thoughts after meeting you guys today? Oh, 10 of Pentacles. Feeling all the abundance, relationship energy, fullness of life. So it felt very good. This is one of the big abundance cards. So his mind was very much in this place of, feeling like, all right, a solid foundation. What do I want to build? Relationship energy. So I really like that. Um, any drama from his boss seeing you guys together? Oh my god, he gets fired. No, I'm just kidding. Just jokes. Knight of Cups, 7 of Pentacles. I don't it doesn't feel like drama because it's like the romantic, "Oh, how romantic." And the 7 of Pentacles is, just the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. It's, it doesn't feel dramatic. It just I don't feel like this is the first time. I feel like with that 7 of Pentacles that they've seen you, and for some reason, I don't feel like the boss I don't feel like Wally's told them a whole lot or if at anything, but I feel like the boss, they just pick up things and they're just like, "Oh, yeah, that's the one I saw him with before," and I feel like this is maybe the first time you saw them see you, but that's not the first time they've seen you guys, and they're just like, "Oh, there they are, no big deal." They don't care. They're just like, "Alright." What's coming up next for you at work? Yeah, Page of Swords. It's like more training, more opportunities. You got this before, so I feel like that's what's coming up next is being trained into a different position or, having different things available for you, there. So, that's interesting. We've had that before, right? And I feel like that's what it's not just, "Here's more work." I feel like there is again, if they haven't given you that promotion yet, I feel like here it's only the 1st weekend of January. I feel like by the end of the month that they will have, um I don't even know if they're gonna offer you it, they're just gonna move you. "Alright, this is what you're gonna do, and so and so's gonna do this, and this is what you guys are gonna do." I don't feel like they're gonna ask a whole lot. They're just like, "This is our reorg, everybody." Did he feel down, today? Yeah, the 3 of Pentacles. No, I feel like they're just being true to their authentic self. They're a Scorpio, right? They get into that deep thinking, depth. It's like they go into the deep crevices and kinda pull in at times. So, Pluto ruled by Pluto, they're all about transformation um and that just happens. So, I feel like they do, get down a little bit here and there, but this just feels like, nope, they were just being true to themselves. So, nothing like they weren't depressed or really down like that. Is he in love with you? King of Pentacles. I'm king of the world. That's from the Titanic. But this feeling abundant, feeling full, feeling overflowing with life, um, it's not cups energy, but I just feel like they love you as much as they love themselves, which is all we can do. But they definitely feel, again, with that 10 of Pentacles, they feel very grateful to be with you and full of life. But I don't know, you know, they might not have a whole lot of self-love, but that's as much as love as that they can give. So they're giving you as much love as they have for themselves. But the in love, that's really make believe anyway. I know everyone, "What?" But it's true, you know? If you look at all the people you've loved in your life, it's the same love. It's all generated in here, though, not out here. People care about one another. People enjoy being in people's lives, but the love we feel for them is a love that we have for ourselves. And that's how where love starts in here. It's like the love we feel with someone isn't because of them. It just made us easier to feel that love, our interactions with them. We had a belief and we create that love in our own selves. And it can be we can generate it without anyone in our lives. Um, I know because I have self-love that I'm so fulfilled in my own self-love, I don't look in the outside world anymore because I'm old. Oh, sorry. Shh, shh, shh. But there's this energy. So hopefully that helps. It's not personal. It's not they love anyone else. They love you to the extent they love themselves, but they're so grateful um, abundantly to have you in their lives. So that belief that they need to be in love with me is a expectation. It's a story that you're attaching to your worth that you can let go of and love yourself, fill up, overflow, and what they're able to give you is above and beyond extra. Because if you're looking at somewhere else in the outside world to fill you up, you're going to be sorely disappointed, like every human is when we're looking for love in the outside world. They can't give us what our heart is looking for, only inward and upward. Then we fill up and overflow. Then what anyone gives is above and beyond extra. But if we're looking for them, that dessert out there to be the 10 course meal, we're not gonna find it there, right? Alright. Is he leaving that house? Yes. 6 of Wands, victory, movement energy. 3 of Wands, trying to go a different direction with it, but they definitely are, wanting to leave the house. They're just trying to find the best plan to take it. Their plans keep getting altered and changed, um, because of things happening in their world. Dark side updates. Yep, Knight of Swords, seeking clarity, seeking what we need to do to try to, um, leave the situation. So they're they're researching, they're making plans. Um, it's all of that that's going on. All right. See what your fortune cookie brings in here too in a sec. Let me just put these cards back in here. One more. Come on. Come on. Two more. There we go. There we go. A lot of cards there. All right, let's see what your fortune cookie says. All right, thank you. So, oh, wow. I love this for you. It says, "It is not my responsibility to convince anyone of anything." On the back, it says, "Make your decisions about what you want and set out to create the life experiences that you choose and allow all others to do the same." I love that. So, and I know it's something we learn in life that if I'm making all my decisions based on what everyone else's choices are, then I'm not living my life. I'm living an altered life based on trying to, find that security, you know, do they love me? Because I'm not gonna love them unless they love me, and, but it's about or job or anything in our lives, what do I want? And we grow up so much being told of what we're gonna believe, we end up just taking it all on as children, and then we just kind of, out of habit, try to live it, but then when we realize I can question this and go, "Is this the story I want? Is this what I want?" And if the answer is no, then we get to make a choice, right? So, um, the Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins, I probably have told you that a couple times, but I really feel that's a great book if you can get your hands on one, um, to read because it really will help you release everyone else. Let everyone else be who they are. I can't control them. I can't control their choices, but I can come back to me and control mine. And once I see someone who they are, and that can be anyone, workmates, friends, family, lovers, whoever, bosses, when I am able to be myself and I let everyone else to be able to see them, then I'm like, all right, now I see who they are. I can't change them. I'm wasting my energy trying to change people anyway. So I look when I invest my energy in trying to understand who people are, then that's when let me kicks in, and then I let me choose what I want based on that information, right? But it's a great book, I highly recommend it. Alright, so many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. We'll get a round to your free reading here momentarily. And we've got Moonlight in the house. Hey, Moonlight. Good to see you. Hello, hello from the other side of the planet. Hope you're doing well. And as soon as I see your question, I will jump down to you. But just for timing, I'm going to jump to another free reading. We got Livier Vagara. Oh, look at this 22222. What are the chances of that? So, you want to ask any information your guides want you to know about what's coming in your path. All right, let's take a look here, Livier. Good to see you. Hello, hello. All right. What else about your path? What's coming in your path here? All right. Two of these two here. You got the Page of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. You know, there is this change that's coming here around abundance and things coming into your life. The Five of Pentacles is this change. Page of Cups um, is, of course, it's the chalice, the Holy Grail, but it's a newness. It's a new emotion, a new happy emotion too. But the Five of Pentacles, it's like there's five is a number of change. Pentacles is the outside world or abundance, coin, whatever, right? This has to do with our sustenance in a way. And there's a beautiful energy that comes in with this here too, which is we realize with the Five of Pentacles, because we experience abandonment, we experience being left behind when a human who we're depending on feels unsafe and out of control. They flip out, right? They go into fight or flight mode. They do go into survival mode. They pull all their support back. We feel abandoned, right? That's where we feel abandoned and lack is from humans, right? And with this changes that happens in this awareness, this is where our happiness kicks in, is that the creator source is the one who brings us our sustenance, not humankind. Now, sometimes he uses these shipping companies of humans and brings our sustenance through them, but the source is from them. And they're endless. They have endless resources, right? And they don't need a shipping company to bring it to us either. They can bring it to us in all other sorts of ways. But that's their main shipping company. Um, but it changes our perception of our life because when we think that it's humans that bring us our sustenance, we feel scared. We feel, oh God, the fear of abandonment, the fear of not having enough, the fear of lack, because that's what we've learned growing up. But when we realize, oh, no, it's you that has always brought me everything I've needed in each moment, or I'd be dead right now. So there's a good trust that we can build with the creator that, it's not a company that decides if they're going to hire us or not. It's the creator in spirit. It's our energy that influences things. It just, the outside world responds to our energy, responds to our belief and trust in the creator. And that's what I feel is changing in here about what's coming in your path is that you've been developing this trust, developing this awareness that it's not a human that makes a decision whether I'm going to work somewhere or not. It's the creator based on my energy. And if my energy is focused on lack, then the universe goes, yeah, I'll give you more lack. If my energy is focused on gratitude and think about all the things I love about jobs in the past and the lovers I've had in the past and situations I've had in the past that I'm grateful for, I get more of that. The universe goes, yeah, I'll give you more of that. If I focus on all the sucky things that have happened in my life, the universe goes, sure, I'll give you more of that. They don't, it's like they look at dark, well, this is interesting. Dark chocolate, milk chocolate, um, white chocolate, they look at it all the same. They're like, it's all chocolate. They look at every event that way. It's neutral. It's just different flavors, and they're like, "What do you want?" Like, "Well, white chocolate." They don't hear, "I hate white chocolate." "Oh, white chocolate? Okay." "No, no, I said I hate it." "Well, then why you tell me what you hate? Tell me what you love," right? "Oh god, I love dark chocolate." And they're like, "Yeah, with nuts," you know, "walnuts or peanuts or whatever, I don't care, just nuts." And they're like, "Alright, we'll do that. Order up," right? So I feel like that is what they want you to know what's coming in your path is what you've been focusing on, um, and we're afraid of what is or isn't coming on our path when we think it's the outside world, that we're at the whim of the outside world bringing us things, but it's not, right? We're the ones. So hopefully that helps. That's what they got for you right now. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for hanging out. Hugs. All right. Hey, Moonlight. I am doing well. You're just having your 3 o'clock awakening, the witching hour, but you feel totally drained these days. Yeah, waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I can tell. I did start using the little frequency thing last night, and I set it to I think it was 285. I think I've it in here somewhere. The little sheet, but it's the it's for healing tissue and whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna try different frequencies. And I had it next to my bed all night. Um, so I'll see what that goes. Maybe that'll give you some good bzz energy, right? All right. So, Summer, let's grab your timestamp here. See your question out there. I'm all blabbing away. Any blessings to you, Olivier? All right. So there's your timestamp. Let's give your donation a love and a like. Thank you so much there. So you're wondering if your feeling about your dad's health is right. He won't tell. I also wonder about the change in your son's behavior reaction to his friends. It has changed. What's coming for him? All right. Yeah, give it a try. My brother said because when he put it on well, my dad and him, when they put it on the Earth, the 7.8 something megahertz or hertz, it, they said they sleep so well. So maybe it's, something balancing the frequencies, the harmonics that'll let your brain just and he's remembering like my brother said he started remembering his dreams and he sleep I guess that's not a word, slept, so much better too, so right? Disclaimer, I'm not a medical professional around that device, around your questions, around your father, of course. See a disclaimer in the description box. Alright, let's see what we got here. So what, about your dad is are your feelings around his health correcto? See what we got going on here. Like these 3 here. And then your son, we've got these here. Okay. I feel like I want that one too. All right. So, the bottom of the deck, you do have the Knight of Cups, which is the quest for self love energy here. It's a good reminder that we're all on this quest for self love in um, this underlying energy. It's almost like drawing you into your quest and go, yeah, everyone's on their own. But if you don't pay attention, if you're on the quest of the horse and you're looking at someone else's, you'll fall off the saddle. They're like, "Bring it back to your adventure." Like, mind your business." I know, but I care about all of those. And it's like, "Yeah, but this is about your heart. This is about you, right?" Your concern for everyone originates in here, which is interesting. We'll see what else this means here. Alright, let's talk about dad first. We got the Knight of Wands. Yeah, there's some fast moving energy. Something's moving really fast with them there. Something is developing fast with them. Let's see. Below the deck, we got the Hierophant, which is this the number of change and clarity coming in here. I feel like you will gain some clarity very soon as well, but I do feel like there's something that's been progressively getting faster and faster in uh, a lot about their body. Let's see what else we've got. Yeah, we've got the Page of Swords. Yeah, again, you're gonna get there's gonna be some clarity coming in here very soon. Eight of Wands, yeah, very soon. Very soon, fast energy coming in here. And the Page of Pentacles. So, with the Page of Pentacles, this is about a new opportunity in the outside world. Um, and I feel like you're gonna find out because they're gonna whoa, I don't know if you guys heard that. Scared me. That's the black lab having their dropping their bone on the floor almost right above me. There's hardwood floors, so it's gonna drop like that. It's gonna come out of nowhere, and it's going to scare you for a moment, but it's because I feel like they're gonna tell you I have to have surgery. Something's, like, happened, and now I gotta tell you. Like, they won't tell you that their health and different things, but I feel like they're gonna have to have some sort of procedure or surgery, and now they need to tell everyone. Um, and so I feel like if that's what you're picking up, I definitely feel like you're gonna find out really quick here with all this emphasis on new information coming to you quickly. Things are moving fast and they have to act fast, and so they're gonna tell everyone fast suddenly. That's funny that the dog bone. Yeah. Okay. So we can send them all wonderful, beautiful love energy for his higher self to use how he wants to experience his life. You can't control that, right? All right. And what about your son? I feel like with your son, his behavior reaction to his friends, it seems like a cycle. You got one card, and then three cards, and two card, and one card, which is about a cycle repeating. One, three, two, one, three, two, one, three, two, one, three, two, one. Right? Just keeps repeating. It's a countdown kind of energy. We got the 7 of Cups. Yeah, there's a lot of emotional confusion going on right now, and they're trying to figure things out. They do feel kind of, like, just emotionally shaken up. Um, a lot of different emotions that they're feeling towards a variety of different friends, as well. Let's see what this pattern is. Yeah, we got self-love with the Ace of Cups, along with the Magician. Yeah, 1 energy, and the Strength card. Yeah. That's how we grow, Leo, strength card energy here. It's how we learn to step into our power, and it's like any hero in any hero movie, right? We've got this, energy of until I'm hit with something insurmountable, yeah, insurmountable, then I don't have the opportunity to step into my strength and to really know who I am until I need it. And so this is a great wake up call for them of I don't need other people. I can stand alone, especially with this Ace of Cups kind of energy. We have the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. Yeah, so endings and beginnings energy about where I'm investing my energy, especially where I'm investing my emotional energy. So I feel like I feel like that's what kind of happened before, right? When they were younger, they had friends, and then they weren't very good friends, and so they withdrew, and they didn't trust people, and then they I feel like maybe this is, like, the 3rd time, 'cause maybe it was younger, and then they, tried it again, and they gained a friend, a close friend, maybe 2, and then they also showed them, this, um, I don't know, like not necessarily betrayal, but selfishness, and that I'm the one that always gives to everyone else until, um, they've used up and I can't give anymore, and then they're like, "Oh, well, you can't give us what we want anymore. Bye," you know? I feel like that's kind of like the repetitive pattern, and this is like number 3. Not 3 strikes, they're out either. I just feel like this is their pattern. They learn, they grow, they evolve, they choose differently. Each time they chose better and better groups, but I feel like they're like, "This is good for me to know. Now I know what I want, who I don't wanna be around. I'm not naive. I've learned the hard way," and I feel like that's where he's at here. Yeah, because I feel like he'll have the next that we step into with the 6 of Pentacles is finding people who give and receive equally. But I feel like part of this is the codependency that they kind of, um, fell into growing up about, feeling like they have to give, give, give in order to receive, and that they have to give so much, and then they don't let people give to them, but then they become exhausted and then resentful, um, and people end up not paying attention to them, paying attention to other people because we teach other people what how to treat us. We train other people how to treat us by how we treat ourselves. And I feel like that's what he's learning, and he will, of course, change that too. He said, "Do you believe that all this confirmation?" Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here as well. Okay. Very good. But it's good. He's like all of us, we make better and better and better and better decisions because we learn and we grow. And he does. He does grow from it. It's just, that's what happens. Your fortune cookie says there is an abundance of everything. Shortage is only a perception. And it says on the back, you keep thinking there is a shortage of abundance, but shortage is only a perception. There is a never ending stream of abundance. There is no shortage whatsoever. Yeah, I love that. That's just a fear mindset. Excuse me. That makes sense to me. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Now you can just listen to the soothe, calming voice and fall asleep into dream world. But thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. Ashvin Ray, you are up. Thank you for your donation. Let's grab that, put that in here. There we go. Give that a love and a like since it lets me. Hey, hey, hey. You need career and finance guidance for the upcoming months. All right. Let's take a look here. Take a sip. All right. See what we got going on here. So first, let's look at finance. Well, let's look at career because you said career first. So let's look at career. What guidance? Oh, okay. Thank you. Cards are flying out. I do want these, which lead over to abundance. Okay. All right. Well, bottom of the deck, you do have the Three of Cups, which is joy and celebration. There's also, this is about gatherings for some reason. And normally I don't get that with this, but it does feel like gathering, the coming together of things and people. And I feel like there's this, whatever this is that's being created, I feel like it's almost like there's this opportunity that's being created for your future. And it's like trusting that it's almost like what is that, it's that scientific about things being perceived change once they're looked upon. I can't think of the little mathematical, scientific where they were shooting all these protons, and when they watched it, they acted differently. I can't remember what that is. You're very welcome, Moonlight. So, but I feel like there's something being created out there that, is forming for you, regarding career and finance. So it's like believing that. But, let's see what you got here. You got well, yeah, you have a little bit of conflicting energy when it comes to career here. It's like you have the 5 of swords and the 5 of wands coming out right next to each other. And this is just basically telling me that your head and your heart are in this battle over what do we want to do with our lives career-wise. The mind is like, "Oh, no, 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 no. This is what we need to do. It needs to be this. It needs to be because we have responsibilities, all of this. We need this to live life, to have a happy life, and blah, blah." It's all this propaganda that you've had growing up that has told you and your mind believes it. It's like, "No, no, this is what we need to do." And the heart is going, "No, no, no, we wanna go do this." So your head and your heart with your career are taking you in 2 different directions, and that's why there's this struggle, that's why there's this inner conflict that, because if you knew exactly what your heart wanted to do, you would the mind would back up the heart and you guys would follow it, but because we haven't really allowed the heart to have a seat at the table to have their input. The mind is going, well, since we don't know what they want, this is what we're going to do. And we're like, no, So there is that kind of struggle that's going on. And it's something that you will have to do to step out of your head and go, I don't have to get rid of it all. I'm just going to set it over here for now. And then I'm gonna go down here and visit my heart and go, "What makes my heart sing? What brings joy? What makes it wanna sing and dance? What would make me happy?" If money and that's one of the things you can if money wasn't a obstacle and education was an obstacle, blah, blah, but nothing was an obstacle. We got Lord Ganesh, the remover of obstacles. But it's, if none of that was what would I wanna do with my life? What would bring me joy? And think about that, because this is the pathway that leads you to abundance, yeah. The 7 of Pentacles is about, the fruit of the tree hasn't been giving you what you know, f we're told that it's supposed to give you to make yourself feel full, and so there is this changing of orchards, that those apple trees you bought, it brought you apples, but they're cran apples, and you're like, "Well, I really don't want those. I want avocados because I want guacamole." It's about a change in life. It's like, I'm grew something that everyone else said I should, but I don't like that. I wanna create something that I do, and this is where I feel you're at in your career. You got the 4 of Cups, yeah, stagnancy, emotional stagnancy, and your heart's not in it. It feels like you're existing in this career, not living, right? Just, here I am, right? Yeah, you got the World card, an ending of a major cycle, the beginning of a new adventure, you know? I think we understand the message, right? Then you have the Hanged Man. Transformation, seeing things from a different perspective, and, it's the cocooning, it's the caterpillar transforming into the butterfly. Caterpillar loves eating leaves, a butterfly seeks nectar. Of course, a caterpillar walks on the ground. Butterfly can migrate thousands of miles. So it's limiting staying a caterpillar is limiting you. It's time for transformation. It really feels with your career to do something more in alignment with your heart instead of your mind. That leads you to abundance, which, yeah, the 7 of swords, it's the mind. It's the thoughts. This is mental energy. This is what steals opportunity from you, steals abundance from you because there's this limiting mindset with the mind going, no, 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 you can't do all that. You have to do this because it's confining you. It's also confining abundance for you. You got the 2 of swords. Yeah. Again, battle between the head and the heart. There's 2 pathways we can continue to try to go down the road we always have and get what we've always gotten, or there's a new path that opens up here for you. Yeah. So it's the Hermit card. This is an energy of stepping back, focusing in and connecting with the upper world, connecting with your heart, asking what it is, and having them help guide you too. The Three of Cups coming in now with this too is perfect because this represents your spiritual posse too. They can all bring you clarity here for you as well. The Hermit card is Virgo energy. It's also about the body. So if you wanted to do anything regarding the body, whether it's doctor or um, massage therapy, Reiki, anything to do with the physical body is very supported with that as well. But it's about don't let anything hold you back. If it's something you want to do, again, the only thing that's limiting us is that Seven of Swords, our own thoughts, our own beliefs, our own mindsets. We're the only ones that can limit ourselves. So hopefully that resonates there. That's what they got there for you. Let's see what your fortune cookie is here, Ashvin. What else can they give you here? Okay, here it is. So you got whatever abundance I seek is mine. It is the law. Says whatever I desire and then allow, I must experience. There's no exception to that. As I hold myself in vibrational alignment with my own desire, I will experience in all ways the fulfillment of that desire. Now, desire doesn't come from here. Need for fulfillment and meeting expectations out of fear come from here. Desire comes from here, or even in our gut, but it comes from here. So interesting, right? All right. That's what they have for you, Ashvin. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. All right. So I think that was it for donation. So we are jumping back to the last of the free readings here. So we've got AG. You are up. Here is your timestamp. And hello, hello. Anshul. That's right. You wanted to know why are you seeing 57 number for so long? All right, let's take a look here. You might even like Google angel number 57, meaning of angel number 57. You'll probably get like a million hits. But whatever pops up and whatever you're drawn to, whatever resonates for you, that's what I do when I see repeating numbers. You know, they tell me those things. But let's take a look here too. Yeah, it's definitely a message from spirit getting your attention because you got the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is an energy of, um, along with the Strength card, you can see that symbol up here. Whoops, over here. Um, the infinity symbol, which represents your higher self. And so this lion is your human self, and that being with them is your higher self. The Queen of Wands, she connects with the spirit world with her wands energy, but behind the scenes, she has cups. That's what this cat in here represents your empathic and your spiritual connections. And so I do feel like they are bringing that. And a lot of times, you know, they have us look at the numerology and they're like, here, 5 and 7 and 5 and 7, and 7 and 5 is 12. And so look at 12 and look at 3. 2 plus 1 is 3. So you can look at all of those numbers and, you know, it is a number of change of spirituality, 5 and 7. 12 is the 12th house of the zodiac, Pisces, connection to the spirit world. 2 plus 1 is 3, which is the Empress energy. It's about creativity and creation. So there's a lot of this energy that's coming in here, and that you're not creating this alone, but you are a co-creator with the universe, and the universe takes your lead, right? Our creator is our co-pilot. They sit in the passenger seat, and all of our spiritual posse are all the dogs in the back seat going for a ride. They don't care where we're going. just that we're going somewhere. All right, let's go. So it's about stepping into our power and getting to know your power. But really, this is so much about strengthening your connection to the spirit world by raising your vibration, by getting rid of low vibrational thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets that pull you down, low vibrational emotional energy that pulls you down. Um, Anything in the physical world that brings you down. If you have anything left over from an ex or anytime you see it, you're like, oh, get rid of it. Sentimental value. No, it's low vibrational energy. It needs to go, right? Clearing out our energy, and doing whatever you do to clear energy, whether it's incense or sage or water, allow water to flow over you. Do whatever you need to do, but I feel like there's this big clearing away of things in your life right now. Um, and this is about raising your vibration to hear their messages, see their messages, but they are definitely doing that. I usually say, we forget spirits behind us. We have a spiritual posse of unlimited of all these beings that want to support us in our adventure. We forget that they're there and they'll show us repeating numbers and synchronicities, kind of like someone going, just remember we're back here. They'll do that a lot, but I feel in this, oh my God. And I just realized your timestamp is 2:48:57. Another 57 again. So there definitely is, connection there. But I feel like they want you to intuitively like Google this and see where you're drawn and see what resonates because I feel like that's really going to speak to you. They're wanting to grow your connection with them and your ability to listen to them as well. So I like that. All right, Anshul, that's what they have for you, my dear. Many blessings to you. All right, Ateshi Singh, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. Whoops. Here we go. Try that again. There we go. So, from what lens does Hugh Lee see you? What's his energy towards you? Oh, that's right. You said you love the earring. So I think you heard my story that this is to remind me, this is in honor of my fire elemental spirit guide, who is actually of a sub collective called the Phoenix, which is a sub collective of the Syrian Starseed Collective. You know how Sirius um, is like it's actually has Sirius A and Sirius B. The big one, the big star is the big collective, but mine comes from a small collective in the small around the small star. But that's the reminder. And then I also have earrings that are for my other um, earth, and I have a wolf one for for my earth one, and then I have two dragon ones, one for Zephyr, my earth element, who comes to me in the form of a giant Chinese dragon, and then my water elemental spirit guide Faye, um, which is short for flow and ebb, and she comes to me as a giant water serpent, amongst other things. They all come to me as all these, birds and all these other kind of water animals and other earth animals and other fire things too. But it's an honor of all of them. So thank you for mentioning that. It's a good reminder every time I see it glimmer or feel it hit me or someone mentions it. That's a reminder. That's why I have it to remind me to connect because there's so much that sucks us out into the outside world, right? Reminders all over the place. It's what we do. All right. So you want to know from what lens does Hewley see you? Okay. And then what is this energy towards you? All right. So we have the King of Pentacles. So the lens through which Hewley sees everything is through this desire with the King of Pentacles. It feels like for fullness, for abundance of what it can bring me kind of energy. Because that's where they're at in their life right now, defining themselves by the outside world and this long list of all this stuff I need to have in order to be worthy to be successful, to be abundant. And so with everything, they look through the lens of what can you bring me kind of energy. What is his energy towards you? Yeah. Sees you as the Queen of Pentacles, someone who can offer nurturing, abundance, sensuality. Again, what you can bring me. King and Queen of Pentacles, you can't make it up, right? Not divine counterpart energy, but that you are someone that could bring them something nurturing, abundance, sensuality, birthing of things, but they see you as a possibility of someone who could fill a position. Not the person that, "Oh my gosh, I'm in love and I want you to be with me forever." It's, "I have a position to hold you know, this is what someone can give me, and I have candidates that could fill that." And you're a candidate, but you're not like, there's a difference in how we search for a partner in our life, either as a job that needs to be filled or we meet someone living our passions and a spark happens and we want to be with that person. There's a different energy in that. I feel like um, that makes sense, right? So I feel like that's where they're at right now. They're in this place in their life. They're more looking for someone to fill a position than they are for romance. I just feel like they're in that. I need a job to do this. I need this to bring this. I need that to bring that. And then I need a spouse to support me in all my other areas. So who can be that? Who's the best candidate? I'm going to interview and do background checks. I need applications, filled out. It's like, no, thank you. All right. So that's what they got for you, my dear. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Maria P. You are up. Thank you so much for your donation earlier. Here is for your free reading. And you want a general for you at work. All right, let's take a look here. What's going on? What else do they want you to know about your work here? Okay, got this. What else? All right. Yeah, you got the Emperor and the Queen of Cups. It's funny. This is almost role reversal because I feel like um Dr. Laura is like the emperor, and I forgot the other doctor's name, is the emotional Queen of Cups energy. So it's almost like they're switched because I feel like Dr. Laura is very, even though she's emotional, I feel like it's very much about, "It needs to be this, it needs to be this, it needs to be this, it has to be this." And I feel like the other doc is more from the heart, more, you know, kinda like bedside manner, emotional, very, speaks from the heart, very kind. And it feels like maybe Dr. Laura is like, I need things a certain way, more. And I feel like, as far as like a general reading regarding this, is just realizing that maybe Dr. Laura is the one who makes the decisions a lot. And that the other doc is kind of like "Okay, what would you like to do? Here's my input," but they kind of give them a lot of "You can do all that office stuff. I'm gonna focus on this." And I feel like that it has put a lot on Dr. Laura, if that makes sense, to do with administration and different things and the employees and, that a lot of that and that, the other doc is like, I'm not into really all of that. I'll do the big stuff. I'll help make the big decisions, but you figure all that other stuff out. But here's my opinion on things. If you need any opinion in any, big decisions you make, I'd like to be included. But for the rest of it, you do it. That's I kind of feel like it's good to know that going in and, you know, find out what Dr. Laura likes. "Here, I brought you your favorite coffee. I brought you your favorite donut. Oh, look, I brought you a bouquet." No, I'm just kidding. You don't need to bribe. Alright. But hopefully that helps, just some awareness around, that if you'd like. All right? So many blessings to you. All right. And then Moonlight, you're still up. Here is your so this is for your free question here. And then Anna, hello, hello. So here is your timestamp for your free one. And you want to know, is the fatigue you're feeling these days linked to the journey you're on? Oh, with the hedge, or is it just that you've been pushing your limit? The latter. The hedge doesn't exhaust, it amplifies and energizes. It doesn't drain. So it's probably that. But let's take a look here and find out what's going on here. You never know. I should say up to this point. Yeah. You have the two of wands, which is splitting your energy in two different places. And you also have that page of swords, which is bringing a lot of clarity, a lot on your mind. I feel too has been exhausting you. And, there is that energy of just again, your energy's being split in two and a lot on your mind. It just feels like they keep on repeating that. You just been and I feel like with your son, you've been really worrying a lot and which drains you emotionally. With your mom, even though you're like, "I don't worry about it," down underneath, there's a lot of, "I hope this works okay. I hope they're doing okay. I hope this. I hope that." It's there's energy being invested there, and that's alright. You're a mama bear. You care about your baby bear. So, you definitely have that energy there, and, of course, whatever we focus on grows and expands. So, whatever story we tell our mind the most to with this page of swords, it's change our mindset. The more I tell my mind that I'm exhausted and that I have this and this and this, the more it's gonna show me proof of it. But when I'm like, "You know what? I'm going to use this, energy to, activate my DNA, activate the cells of my body for higher vibration," then it can change all that too. The Two of Wands is whatever we focus on can grow and expand. So it's in our power to change things if we want, right? A cup of sleep well tea. Oh, nice. But yeah, I definitely feel here, it's a choice of energies, but it feels like it's, you're working, you're concerned, you've got all this stuff going on. And we definitely have this clarity that's coming in. What else was they were gonna say here? Oh, one of the hedges that I'm gonna be putting out here, that's the first one I'm gonna work on that I'm gonna roll out here by the end of the month. It's a hedge of health, which might be, something I might be interested in too, because it's all about bringing in energy to help transform our physical bodies. So it's a emphasis on the physical temple that we are and how it transitions and helps with some of that. Um, so I'll be rolling that out here soon. But the first hedge, the one that you're in is what you kind of need right now, which is the space to be still, to quiet the mind, to quiet the emotions of the heart, and to come into this stillness. So I love that for you. But I feel like it is a bit of pushing it, like you're split in a bunch of different directions, like physical energy at home and at work and all that, emotional energy, with what's going on with your son, what's going on with people at work, with being around so many different people, the moon energy, all this stuff. It's a combination of a lot of things. But just know that you can, it's up to you to change and do what you can with all that. It's It's up to you, it's up to you. It's always up to us, right? But hopefully that helps. Right, my dear? Hopefully that tea will help you just kinda drift off to La La Land. All right. So many blessings to you. All right, Anna, I see your questions out there. Let's jump to you here. Hello, hello. Good to see you. I know. Hump day. Let's grab your timestamp here. So here is your timestamp. And let's give your donation a love and a like here. Oh my gosh, you're tinkled. Whoa, tickled pink. Yeah, on Wednesday nights again. Yes, and no Saturday mornings, just, Wednesday through Sunday evening starting at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. All right. So for entertainment purpose only, thank you so much. That makes it easy. You had your MRI with contrast today. Energy check on the findings and if they will support justification for surgery. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Your son's driving test on Saturday. Well, oh, I don't, did you put no, you said tickled pink. I said something else. Yeah, I know he's getting so fast. All right, let's take a look here. So, will the find will based on current energies, will it support justification for surgery? Okay, let's take a look. Looky at that first here. Do you want that one? These here. Okay. And then, will your son pass his test this Saturday? I want this one too. All right. Let's see what we got here. So, how will the test results be? Well, you got the Queen of Cups here coming in. And let's see what these other ones are here too. And the moon energy. Wow. Wow, there's all this emotional energy coming in with all this here. And you got the Four of Wands. So we've got joyful celebration and balanced energy. Got the Knight of Cups, movement of emotion. What is all this about? And the King of Cups and the Chariot, more movement, balance energy too. King of Cups, balance between head and heart. And of course, the Chariot is victory, another victory card, and movement energy. So I feel like there is so much victory energy here that this is feels like a very big yes to me. But what is this Queen of Cups and Moon energy? I feel like this is intuition. It is following your heart, following your gut, um, getting out of your head and into your heart. Okay, so I understand that all coming in here. And I know it's hard when you know so much about the medical field, but I feel like they're saying, get out of the human mind, go into your heart to the higher mind and trust, trust that with all of that. Because I feel like it won't impact the outcome, but it will help it be an easier path instead of a harder one for you, because there's gonna be, like, so much of the mind going, it's like, "Just shh, 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 shh. Come into here. Do you trust me? Do you trust me?" It's like the universe is saying, "Do you trust me?" "Yeah, I do. I do." But I feel like it'll help your mind a lot. Because the bottom of the deck, you do have the 2 of Wands, which is whatever you focus your energy on is what grows and expands, and I feel like it's it's like they're saying being very in tune with your emotions and really connected to the spirit world, and it's almost like walking hand in hand with spirit, um, and not the mind kind of energy. Interesting, because underneath that, you do have the world card, which is the ending of a cycle, the beginning of a new adventure, another victory card underneath the Two of Wands. So it's like focusing on gratitude for what has changed. You know, everything we talk about when we focus on what we're grateful for, we get more. If we focus in on what we fear, we push it away and it makes it harder, right? Instead of easier. And I feel like this is what they're wanting to do. Focus on joy and celebration, you get things to come to you more easily. If you get caught up in those mindsets and the fears, then it makes it harder. But I feel like overall it's supported here that you will move toward it, but do you want it to make it an easier journey or a harder journey? And there's no right or wrong. It's just either one, right? Yeah, we can look at that. Let me finish the other reading here real quick. With your son, got the Page of Wands. There is action and movement, and the Magician. So very much there's energy again, it's energy, 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 and if there's it's like when they go in with fear, then it goes that direction. If they go in with joy and hope and less fear, then it's successful. So it's really here, it feels like it's undetermined, and it's all about it feels like this whole reading is about a focus of energy and learning, that it doesn't have so much to do with what's happening out there as it is what's happening in here and in here. Because when these things are focused on higher vibration, we bring it in. If we're focused in on fear, we draw things that match that because the universe is 100% supportive of whatever we're focusing on. We're like, I want destruction. Okay, sounds good. How much? you know, or I want abundance. Sounds great. How much? It's the same response. If you probably were on earlier, they were talking about um, it's like chocolate. Well, here's dark chocolate, white chocolate, milk chocolate. What chocolate would you like? And you're like, oh, gross. I don't like white chocolate, I want dark chocolate, and they're like to them, there's no right or wrong, there's just different choices. They're like, "Alright, you want dark chocolate." We get to choose, with it all. So, I feel like that's what they'll give me right now. It's all about possibilities with the Magician and the Page of Wands. So, who knows? He knows because it's gonna be his energy. Now you can't control that, right? You can make it easier or harder, um, choice for your son to make by creating an energy of, like, support, which you do as a mama anyway, but it's like, um I'm proud of you regardless of what happens, we're gonna be fine and you'll be able to retake it. There's no pressure. I love you, This is cool. It's all smooth instead of, did you study? Did you do this? Did you do that? Did you do that? Did you do that? All right, okay. Well, if you don't get this, I know you wouldn't do this, but some parents are like, if you don't do this, you won't be able to take it again till after the summer. Punishment, instead it's all about, it's all no big deal. And then they go in like it's no big deal and they remember everything. If they go in freaking out, they're going to be out of their intelligent mind with their little hissing cat, right? And 2-year-old self taking the test, they're not going to do well, right? So I like that. So let's take a look here. You wanted a energy check on a surgery date. We'll do a clarification here for you. All right, this one here. Surgery dates. 10 of Wands. We focus on burden or do we focus on the um the um abundance, right? Of the two. And the time period says December 20th of 2023 through March 7th of 2026. So I guess it's going to be on or before March 7th, 2 months from now, according to this card. That's funny. So that, and then we have a fortune cookie here too. Let me grab that for you. You said you have fun news to share. Twin V is taking you to your appointment. Oh, how fun. Spending the night in a hotel since the apartment is early AM. You're preparing. Oh, you're preparing in advance. Thanks for the warning. I love you guys. Yeah. All right. So let's see what your fortune cookie is here too. There we go. You've got first I seek joy and all else follows. And it says on the back, since your feeling of joy is your indication of your connection with your source, once you have achieved joy, you have achieved connection with your source. And under these circumstances, all that is good follows. So, confirmation, like I was talking about, right? If I focus on joy, I get joyful things. And so I like that. All right. So thank you again, Anna, for your donation. How fun. Fun adventures await. All right. Okay, very good. Boom, 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 boom. And Akita Moore. Almost kind of blended in there with Anna. All right. So, Ankita, let's grab your free reading here. There it is. And you are, for the first time, going as an auditor with seniors. How will it go? Yeah, you did get that job. Awesome. I love that. All right. Thanks for the update. And we're going as an auditor. How is this going to go? All right. So, based on current energies, let's reshuffle those up here. So, based on current energies, how will this audit go? I just keep getting all these cards come flying out. It's a lot of energy here. All right. Let's try that again. All right. Thank you. I'm like, just one or two cards, please. Well, they'll give you three here. Let's see what we got here. So you've got the Six of Swords. It's a great energy. It's a learning experience. I feel like you learn a lot um, because it is this energy of like leaving old ways of thinking behind, seeing things differently, and there's that movement from choppy waters to calmer waters. So it's a positive card. It's like you learn a lot. Um, going with the seniors, and I feel like they love teaching and showing different things too. Yeah, and I was like, I thought it was the Six of Wands at first, but here's the Six of Wands, which is, of course, victory and celebration that's coming here too. And then you've got the Three of Pentacles, yeah, which is feeling like you belong to a group, creating things together, collaboration, energy. So it feels very good here. It feels very positive. Just be open to learning, have that attitude of an open mind. And the Three of Pentacles is about being true to your authentic self, too. Be you. And and I feel like everything goes great here. 2 sixes are like positive, like you're on the right path. It's confirmation of you're flowing where you are um, kind of meant to go, but not in a faded way. But it feels very, very abundant there for you. Right. So I like that for you, Ankita. So it looks like 2 thumbs up. Psh, psh. All right. Many blessings. All right, Anna, you're unclear. Will your son pass the drive remediability test? Well, the cards you got are all about energy, and it's undetermined possibilities. If what we were talking about, if he goes in with a high vibration of joy and that, he'll do well. If he goes in with fear and lower vibration, then it's not so well, right? So that's what they're saying. There's too much to be determined yet with their energy because it's really up to them with their energy going in. And based on current energy, they were like, no, wouldn't tell me. So that's when we were talking about, if you go back and listen to your reading, I feel like they give you a lot of information on what you can do to help with that, because you can't decide for him. But you can make it easier for him to be in a freaked out energy or a supported energy, right? Um, so that's what we were talking about. Okay, yep, sure, absolutely. All right, everybody. I do think that is the last question. Let me make sure I didn't skip over anyone here in these last ones. But I think that is it for this evening. So thank you guys so much for coming on my first Wednesday night back, and for the first Wednesday of 2026. If you guys haven't got into the new moon reading, we do have a giveaway every new moon and full moon. So if you want to get into that, you can either click on this link, or it's in the description box of the video. I always have the current giveaways listed there. And so every new and full moon, I have a drawing for a 30-minute personal recorded reading, or one of my hedges, energetic hedges, whichever you prefer. So if you want to get in there, we just have 11 more days left. I will pull it on January 18th and put out a video announcement of the winner. So be sure to check that out. And if you haven't checked out The Easier Path, my free podcast, here's the most recent one, a new one coming out tomorrow morning early, about defensiveness. So it's a really cool one. And then playlist is listed in the description box of the video if you want to check it and catch up on any of them as well. But it's all free, and it's all stories of either my life or other people's life of a situation. And then we talk about the human perspective, the spirit's perspective, the behind the scenes and below the surface, and then hints from spirit on how to make it an easier path instead of a harder one, if that's what you want. You can just get the information and use it however you will. There's no expectations. It's just information. All right, my dears, thank you guys again so much for all the thumbs up and all the love and all the support. On now Wednesdays through Sundays at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, so no Saturday morning, and Sunday morning is pushed to the evening. But that's what we're going to be doing for now. I'm going forward until I change things again. You never know. We just go with spirit. But this feels very balanced for me, and I appreciate all your guys' patience with the change. So until I see you guys again, remember, every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. All right, everybody. I love you much. We'll see you soon. You guys dream well. Take care of yourselves. See you on the flip side.